Hey everybody, welcome to our Friday game of Off the Rails. Aren't you guys waving?
Hello everybody!
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, is everyone waving?
I think everyone's nervous. Anyways, before we get to our regularly scheduled program, we have to get through a few announcements. Josh, if you'd like to take it away.
I'd love to.
Hey.
Okay, first off, we have the schedule, guys. Tomorrow we have Conundrum Company at 6 p.m. Eastern, same Conundrum place, same Conundrum time. Come visit the party that barely survived last week, but they're going to do great this week. It was a rough one, but they're awesome, they're fantastic, and they pulled through. Then we have Off the Rails March 26th, my friends, so that's fantastic. Of course, we'll be back with this show. Conundrum Company the following day, March 27th. And then we have Cosplayground, the heist before Easter. On March 28th, which is bringing back the cast from The Nightmare Before Halloween to revisit that absurd world that I constructed. So take a look. Should be a good time. There's a lot of Boondock Saints Easter Bunny stuff going on, so should be entertaining. Of course, a huge thank you to Skull Splitter Dice, Skull Splitter Dice. So guys, Skull Splitter Dice, not only do they sponsor all of our programming, but they also sponsor a giveaway, which you can get in during the break here in a little bit. So !win to enter during the break, and that will get you entered. Followers get 1, subscribers get 2. It's a skull mug filled with approximately 100 dice, and I believe we'll be doing the drawing for that on March 28th, which will be Sunday. So again, stay tuned, get entered in that. Matt, our second sponsor.
Oh boy, guys. Our second sponsor is Gooey Cube. Do you all enjoy having fun adventures with all of your friends without having to do any prep work? You guys can be adventurers, you can be fighters, you can be champions even. I have a song I want to play. It's from a movie. You guys may have heard it. It's called Boulder. He punches people. He fights like Apollo Justice or something. I don't know. But let me know if you remember it. I'm done. I'm not going to try anymore.
That was impressive.
Oh, man. It takes all of my breath to play, so I can't be laughing as I do it. Otherwise, I'll pass out. So pick a song for next week, and I'll maybe play it. I don't know.
Let's put that up to the community.
Gooey Cube. You can get fun adventures. They have handouts and a bunch of fun things that you don't have to do any prep work. And it's very exciting, and we love you guys, and we love them, and they love us, and you would love them too. So maybe check them out too, because they're cool.
This is true.
Start a love train.
So good. And our third, super important announcement goes to Sean.
Oh, it's me. Right. We have a new sponsor. This is our first week talking about, partner for the time being. We have a partnership with Elderwood, who gave us all these cool little dice trays to test out before we decided to finalize the partnership. This week, today and tomorrow, we're going to be doing 2 Elderwood giveaways. Today is this stream only. Everyone, you can enter, I think, the whole time, right, Josh?
That is correct. It is live and active. We've already got a person in there, I believe.
So go ahead and do whatever that post says, the keyword, and you will be entered in to win a hex chest from Elderwood. So that will be drawn at the end of today's stream. Tomorrow, we are giving away the product that we're actually being told to promote, which is their Kickstarter starting on the 25th. It is this spell book, but they've added a little, like an ingrained loop, so you can actually put it on a keychain or carry it around in a backpack, which is very cool, very portable. This product, I love this little thing. I keep my dice in here; they're nice and organized. You can keep a little room for minis.
It does not come open. It could work with a keychain.
Yeah, it literally doesn't open, and you can keep the foam in, or as I just found out before this call, you can take it out and have more room for dice, which is bad on me because I'm a dumb person. But today is our hex chest. Tomorrow is the keychain Kickstarter giveaway product before it even comes out, so you don't want to miss that. But very, very thankful to have Elderwood partnering with us, and we're very excited because their products are very nice.
Whoop, whoop, whoop! Okay.
The cops!
Oh, yeah, it's the police. Also, just keep in mind, we do have a haberdashery running right now. We're going to be closing it out fairly soon, so if you want to buy a cool hat, go in there and get yourself one. Thank you again to... we have a community event running right now. Yes, we know the points are set high. As we've said, go ahead and enter, and trust me, you'll be aware you will get benefit for it, okay? Just participate. In the meantime... we have a wiki where you can go and check out all kinds of cool stuff regarding our campaigns and shows. We highly recommend you take a look at it. Thank you to our players, to Tanner Methalador for helping get that all set up. Very much appreciated. And, of course, the most important announcement, Sean.
Our charity for the month is the First Nations Development Institute, which is an institute that helps First Nation and Native American individuals and those communities that have been hit very heavy with COVID, and just in general helps them with financial grants and helps them sort of train with new technologies and stuff like that they don't really have as good of access to. So if you want to go and give some money to them, donation link is beneath the stream, just a big button that says donate. Click on that, take you right to where you need to donate. We'd very much appreciate that. Before anything else comes through our way, give as much as you can to them. We very much appreciate it.
That's it for announcements.
That's it?
There's not anything else we have to say?
No.
You don't want to
Let
just
me in there.
vamp for a few more minutes?
Let me
feel
in
like we need to
there.
vamp.
What is this?
What's in the rock?
What are you getting excited about?
What's in the rock? Inside that crater.
Get me inside this meteor.
Press like that, I'm gonna rip it open.
I don't like how that looked. Okay.
Unhinged.
So
We were
the
swimming. We're all just swimming through rocks.
swimming in a sea of lore. That's
Yeah.
what it was. When last we left our heroes, you had just sort of ventured into the woods to start the episode off. Barney found out that when you're walking through the woods, it tends to bite back. There is a sort of sharp aspect to the splinter wood, where it may derive its name. But upon entering the woods, you followed an individual you found there to a den of some kind, some sort of underground structure. You decided to go way, way far inside of that place, which was fucking insane, and I loved it. Finding out that there was some sort of underground structure, appeared to be some digging. What was that about? But before much else was discovered, you decided to turn tail and get the fuck out of there. A little bit of chase, but you got away pretty quick as a fox or a wolf, right?
Yes.
After leaving, you all decided to head back to town to do a few more things. The group split up, I believe, to find out more information on the Brotherhood, if you could, and more importantly, find Brothos in outfit, which was successfully done. Very nice outfit. And also put on a concert, if I believe correctly. A little bit of a street show.
Mm-hmm.
And the other group went back to the Hell's Pawn and spoke to Thress. Found out a little bit of information there about the town of Sleeth, which was said to be where most of the Brotherhood's activity recently was taking place. And upon hearing that, you decided to redirect your focus towards that section of town in hopes that you would catch either one of the members doing this, or, since they were involved in some recruiting practices, perhaps even Barney's sister. So the group headed out, fully packed and ready to go, after finding their friend at a seafood restaurant and leaving him there to do his business.
He knows what he was doing. He's fine.
Few
What a
days
good bit.
After bullying him. That's a different person.
pretty badly.
Yeah.
He doesn't know you guys did it, but it was bullying through and through. And then on the night of the 20th, just a day out from Sleeth, it was the promised day where Mayeska told Reese that they would be receiving a gift. Upon waiting for said gift to arrive in whatever form it took, you saw the image of Mayeska, this mountain range with a single shooting star passing over it. And it began to turn on you. As the star grew brighter and brighter, you realized it was actually moving in your direction, and a meteor collided with the ground in the field you were all standing in. Reese, being... Hello?
There it goes.
There it is. It landed just now.
Over there.
In media res, we show up in the scene. Reese, you have just walked up to this 4 to 5 foot wide glowing meteorite that has just landed in the ground. And you place your hand on it. And that's where we pick up.
Yes, it is.
So, Rhystrata.
Yep.
As you place your hand on this meteor, the rest of you, a bit of a ways away, you are immediately blinded as this light begins to envelop and grow off of this stone. It takes your entire field of vision. You are blinded for a moment. And that moment hangs. And you realize you're not blinded. You're in this elegant white void. And you feel a presence behind you.
Fuck. After a moment, when she adjusts, she will turn around.
Okay. Standing behind you as you turn for the first time, you see this extremely... Scale's hard to make out of this space. She looks immense, but at the same time, like she's standing right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
It is this very worn, old woman's face. This long, flowing silver hair just drapes down behind her. She wears this elegant white dress, and over her shoulders you see pulled a shawl that matches the purples and blues of the night sky. You can see these pinpoints of light that just drape along the scarves, making the sky, or the stars of the night sky. And every couple of seconds you see one just moving on the shawl.
Is it you?
There is a warmth that grows on her face as you turn to meet your gaze. And she looks down at you and says, "Hello, Reese."
Hello. I am unfamiliar with what is customary in such a situation. Should I be bowing?
Please don't.
Did not feel right.
Well, I figured it time we meet face to face if things are to progress further.
Yes. Reese, for like the first time ever, is like practically speechless.
Mm-hmm. It is at this moment that you don't actually see where her like feet are. You don't see any lower; it just disappears, sort of like fades away. And she sort of comes a little bit closer to you. That scale shrinking a little bit down to about your size. And she says, "I hope it wasn't too dramatic. I did warn you."
It was very impressive.
Yeah. Thank you. So, I promised you a gift. But first, I'm afraid I must ask something of you.
Ask.
It is going to be something you don't want to do. Or at least it's something you didn't want to do at a time.
So much build-up.
Rhystrata Reese, I will bestow upon you my gifts if you pledge yourself to me.
Rhystrata stares at this being in front of her. Takes her in for a moment and then says, before I turned to you because I had nothing else. Now I believe with you I might have something to give. So, yes.
That warm smile sort of crawls across her face, and she says, "Splendid. Then I hereby anoint you my champion. And as a champion, I bequeath to you your first task. This one will take a while." And she reaches down into the shawl and pulls out one of those stars and sort of lets it go. And it grows a little bit as it floats towards you. No. It grows a little bit, and it lands on the ground in front of you. And she says, "Meet your charge," and snaps her fingers, and the light dissipates. And what you see sitting on the ground before you is this small, horse-like creature. A single curled horn and these white furs with this scale torso running down its body.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a mix of scales and fur in strange places. Golden down its body, radiating a small bit of light.
Okay.
She says, "Do you know what this is?" You can roll a religion check if you'd like to.
I could. I feel like the answer's no, but let's do it for fun. 18, actually.
18. You have mostly heard about these being like larger creatures.
Uh-huh.
But the horn, the somewhat scaled features, the horse-like appearance, it looks like a Kirin.
How big is it?
It's about the size of a cat.
Okay. My charge?
Yes.
I am to take care of this?
Until you decide it's old enough to take care of itself.
Do they have a name?
They do not. That is part of your job.
Strata, after a moment, kneels down and, like, holds out a hand.
It sort of looks at you strangely, then, like, sort of looks backwards, but back at the creature behind it. Go on. And it doesn't walk, it sort of, like, flits in the air and begins to fly around you. Not towards your hand, but just sort of around you, giving a 5-foot wide berth, and then flies up to your hand and...
Hello, little one.
You hear in your mind, "Hi."
Ah! It is lovely to meet you.
Where am I going?
Many places, I believe.
Okay.
I will keep you safe.
And he looks back towards her and he says, "You'll be with them soon, if you'll come with me." And it floats back over to her. And you watch as she puts her hands around it, and a familiar looking rock shell begins to form around it. And she flings it, and it flies out of view.
Yeet!
Essentially. Now, I'm leaving that decision up to you.
Of when
stay
to
with
set
me.
it free.
Set it free. Find a home for it. A place that needs protecting, and someone who can protect it. That is your charge. There are dark things coming.
Of course. I will do my best not to let you down.
I know you will. And that light fills your eyes again. The rest of you, as you are all running up to where this meteor crashed, you get there probably just in time to see this bright beacon of light go off as Rhys is standing there, hand pressed against the stone. And you watch as the light from the stone begins to cascade up Rhys's arm and just fill their body with light. This elegant light begins to shine off of them in a 20-foot radius, and it slowly dims as you watch this stone begin to fade and melt away. Rhys, you would regain your vision right around this time as you see the stone where your hand is still sitting begin to disappear under your touch. And sitting in this now half stone, almost a bowl, is this small sleeping creature you saw in your vision. You now have a baby Corinne.
You just really went and said emotional support creature. You really did. Rhys will carefully reach down and scoop it into her arms.
Okay. It is very much asleep.
Sleepy baby.
Mm-hmm.
She just cradles it.
Y'all watch as Rhys picks up this small deer-like horse creature with scales on it.
What the fuck is that?
After a moment, she turns, sees everyone at the edge, and goes, and walks back.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Is this the gift?
Yes.
Barney leans over and just what are you supposed to do with it?
It is my charge. I am to protect it.
And she wanted to give that to you now?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like we're about to go into some dangerous stuff, right?
Where are we going to keep that?
Brothos begins to bounce up and down in excitement and kind of rushes towards Rhys and will embrace her in a hug. I'd be like, this means you made the decision. This is good. And he's completely fixated on the choice that has been made rather than the Karen.
I did, yes.
This is good.
I pledged myself. Is the word she used.
Congratulations.
Yes. Thank you. And Rhys just very awkwardly looks down and just
Sorry.
scratches it under its chin.
Okay.
No, it is alright.
Stirs a little bit, but still a little.
Oh, that's so cute.
This is
Does it have a
storm
name?
house, but with horn.
No, not yet. I could speak to it before. I don't know if I can speak to it here. We will see. But
What's its coloration? You said it was white and gold scales?
It's got these white patches of fur, not just sporadic, but very elegantly up the neck. There is this almost mane of white fur, and then on the tops of its hooves, it's got a little bit of white in the tail. The rest of it is this gold coloring scale, almost like a gold dragon, but this very resplendent, almost shining gold in its face. This horse-like face is just plated in gold scales, and this single curved horn that's coming off its head. Not too big, sort of short, but it curls a little bit to the back.
It looks like a long armadillo, but shiny? like a very dangerous noodle.
He's the most beautiful creature on the earth.
It is an attack goat.
Untrue. I'm right here. I'm kidding. It's very cute. I'm sorry. You know what to feed it?
No. Would I actually? I was gonna say no, but I got that religion check. Do I know what they eat?
You got an 18?
Yeah.
I don't think that would tell you what they eat. Personally.
No.
History boy know something? I don't know. I don't know if I've seen one of these before.
You can all make religion checks to know if you know what this creature is.
Sean, I was actually gonna ask if Barney could, like, approach... Oh, my fucking... Sorry. I'm in a new place. I saw something moving through my window and I thought I was fucking haunted. I'm so sorry.
That was a joy to watch.
Barney is gonna, like, approach and just kind of, like, look at it closer and then, like, reach forward and is just gonna, like, put a thumb on this thing's lip and lift its teeth up just to take a look at what its teeth look like. Oh my god, it's fine.
Careful.
As you lift its lip, it doesn't look like all of its teeth have actually come in yet, but they seem sort of
Pointy or blunt?
Rounded.
Rounded. Maybe veggies? Doesn't really look like much of a grip and tear kind of deal.
Okay.
I got a 21. Religion.
I got a
21.
1.
Nice.
You want to add that to my Brothos and make it a 22?
Yeah! I'm really trying to help Jonah.
Josh, this looks like a weird horse. Lizard, maybe.
I don't see what is so special. This is just
lizard.
lizard horse. This is normal thing.
Oh my god, Sean took the two things that Rhystrata loves the most, horses and lizards, and put them together. You nailed it, dude. You fucking knocked it out of the park, my man.
Oh my god.
I didn't do anything. It was the gods what did it. Yona, you in your research have heard of different celestial beings, one of them being these, like, beautifully elegant and resplendent horses named Kirans.
Yeah, I guess I haven't seen one in person, though. I don't think I would know what they eat. I just kind of know about them historically.
Yes.
In a sense. So I'd probably go with Barney and vegetables.
You can also ask it when it awakens.
That too.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. If nothing else, I can always make some berries. If you want me to pack that for tomorrow, I can make some, and that'll at least hold us over until we can figure it out. So.
Okay.
May I investigate your space rock?
Oh yes, it was kind of a you can look, but it was she made it and then threw it down.
It is less glowing now, this is true, but I wish to see.
Yes.
Brothos kind of like stumbles down into the crater.
Okay, as you peek back over, you just see the very tail end of it going.
And is it just gone?
Mm-hmm. The bottom bowl of it just disappears after the creature was taken out of it.
Never mind.
Should we head back?
I think so. How far away from are
Unless
we?
you want to fill this crater back in.
You guys were probably like 50, 60 feet from it
Oh,
to run to the crater. It wasn't super far.
cool.
I am hungry.
Oh, we killed all those rabbits.
Rabbits. Yeah, let's get the rabbits.
Oh shit, they're burning! Ah! Run back!
Oh, yes.
There was also like this much rabbit on each javelin, so there's not a lot to burn.
I am almost in tears. I am so filled with joy.
Aska was like, you need to learn responsibility. Have a dog.
Space dog.
I'm not going
Space
to walk
dog.
it. I'm
We're about to have a
going
were.
Oh, we should name it Laika.
Yes.
Little Laika, space dog.
Right.
So,
Cool.
you guys eat? You guys want to do anything else, or just call it a night?
Are we still doing watches?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for
especially out on
sure.
the
It's
road.
the 20th going to the 21st, right?
Damn it. Yes, this would be the morning of the 21st.
Cool.
Maybe I want to do a watch with Brothos. You can't tell me what to do. Do a watch with Brothos.
You're only gonna be asleep for 4 hours, or transing for 4 hours. You can hang out with whoever.
Rhystrata's trance changes, by the way. Absolutely. The second, it becomes, she used to sit very, like, with her sword, and now it's sword in one hand, but it is straight backed against something with this creature just, like, tucked very tightly against her.
Okay.
Mhm.
He's very warm, too. It's a very warm body.
I love. I love him.
So you can go ahead. Who is going to be on first watch?
Brothos can do this.
Oh,
If it is-
okay. Then Riss is there with you.
Okay.
Take it away.
We doing perception, or is this
for it.
basically like, yeah, okay.
Holy crap, these dice are terrible.
Oh, God. I gotta remember my perception bonus. 14.
10.
14 and 10. Okay. Nothing you notice happens throughout the night.
Nice.
Well,
That's
like
good.
that.
That's some good DM speak.
Thank you. We'll do that more often.
It all went very well.
But
Brothos just hums the entire time.
Is that a particular tune?
No, it is just noise coming from me.
Hmm.
What are you going to call it?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should wait to ask it if it has any preference.
Oh, this
But
is good.
then we will see. Did you say that your god called you a bearer?
Yes, this is the word. What are you? What are you now? Oh, tell me all the details. And like Brothos like sits down on the ground in front and like crosses his legs and like leans in and does a little like
God talk.
dish,
in the
please.
middle of the
Tell me
street.
all the tea of this god.
She called me her champion.
A champion is good, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
She seems to think so.
What did she look like?
Very old,
Oh.
large.
Oh.
She
Okay.
had a The cloak reminded me of Homebit, actually. I do not see things like that here often. It was a sky.
Her cloak was the sky. Maybe I'm not doing good with common. I do not understand this one.
It was as if the night was filled with stars and shot across.
Oh, this is beautiful. This is good god you have found. Maybe even second to Breskafel, we will see. He says absolutely inaccurately, but
No. Breskafel is obviously good. No, before I wondered if the god was good. I am convinced that she is. Now it is simply a task of mine to be good as well.
this is very, very exciting, Rhystrata.
We will see.
It is a testament, and I think I said this before, that your god, how does it say? Give you an option, huh? Mine did not, but she did apologize, which is pretty good.
That is the second best thing.
Mm.
Well, I always chose, so it makes sense.
Oh, this is one of your titles. Rhystrata, Champion of Mayaska's Favor, Great Decider.
Okay. No, it was my first choice of Mayaska was accidental, but it was perhaps a better thing than I ever could have anticipated.
This may be a big question to ask, maybe not appropriate. How did the accident happen?
I asked for healing. And in that moment, I was given it. That was 70 years ago.
Oh,
Long time.
wow, that is a long time.
Long time to not do anything about it.
You've just wandered the world.
Yes.
Sometimes big decisions take a long time to decide, huh?
There is a lot to see.
There are giants out there that take hundreds of years to make choices, or so I am told. So perhaps you are not so alone.
I would get along with those giants.
This is fair.
I admire your devotion, Brothos.
Oh, where is this?
You are so sure.
It is easy to put your faith in other people, huh? Listen yourself sometimes.
I hope we can prove that true for you, Brothos.
Oh, you already have. Look at you, chosen of my Aska's favor. Okay. Oh, this is very exciting.
I think the favor was just Barney's ship. Her name is not Mayaska's favor. It is just Mayaska.
Oh my god, I am so rude! I'm sorry! My bad! And he's just like yelling at the stars.
Oh God!
Meteors.
They're sleeping. Perhaps we do not mention the name yet to Barney. Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. It clicks.
I will tell him. I especially did not want to tell him when I was not sure myself. Did you just woe into crying?
That's the hot new dance everyone's doing now.
I didn't mean to be seen.
Call it the woe is me.
Amazing.
Matt, God, like, stop being so perfect.
This is good sign, though. This is good sign.
Yes. Now I am sure of her. I just want to know the right way to approach it. Subtlety has not always been my strength.
This is why we get along very well.
Yes. Now I have taught you poker.
Mm-hmm.
There are many other games, Brothos.
This makes sense, actually. I don't know why I'm surprised. Are you going to teach me another one?
Well, I only have one hand, but yes.
I think I have... What? Oh, because you're
I think
holding...
I have an extra hand in your back.
Josh had a panic moment himself.
I lost an arm.
Okay, you think you can teach me with one hand?
I am very talented with my hands. I just watched Sloan.
I'm trying to
roll
decide
their eyes
how
into
Josh...
another dimension.
I think it just goes
Sloan's
right over
eyes.
Brothos' head. He's like,
I love it. It's perfect.
This I am certain of. You look like somebody who's very dexterous and good with tools and such. So yes.
Yes. All right. Let us go. And Rhystrata just teaches him like, who fucking knows? Rummy?
Rummy? Okay.
Rummy, you got
Do
it.
I have any...
You have rummy proficiency now, Brothos.
Oh my god, I'm so good
In
at...
one night? It took me how many days to
Sure.
learn how to drive?
That's different.
Because those are equal, yeah.
I learn rummy, and then I rub it in Yona's face tomorrow morning. No, I'm kidding.
I do just want to say, if anybody is looking over towards Barney, he's kind of like, he's asleep, but he's kind of tossing and turning. Not
Oh.
sleeping as hard as he usually does,
Gotcha.
or at least not as still,
Not as soundly.
not as soundly.
And I don't even give you dreams.
Yeah, I don't have dreams.
Sorry.
He is concerned.
He has a lot of information to deal with, huh?
I do not have siblings, but if I did and I learned that one of them worked for something like that, sleep would come difficult to me as well.
Actually, I need your help. I need to find a gift for Barney.
A gift?
To be sorry for nearly possibly killing his sister. Maybe I wasn't sure. I have been looking, but Barney is so complicated and savvy, and he seems so at ease and smart, and I'm like, here is... Sounds like no. Brothos. I thought maybe... I don't know. I could not think of anything good.
I think any gift from you would be received wonderfully, but if I may give you a suggestion.
Yes.
Give what you are best at, and it is the most valuable.
I can't kill Barney, Rhystrata. That would be a terrible thing.
You are better at so much more than that, Brothos. Was it not you who forged that heart?
Oh, this is true. Oh! This is why you're the great decider. Yes, this is a good decision you have helped me make.
I am sure whatever you decide to give, he will be pleased.
Thank you. And congratulations, you're a papa! Ha ha!
She takes it on, like, she specifically angles it so it's the shoulder that's not holding the Kieran.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Of course. I think I am both.
Oh. I don't know
Mother
how
and
that
father.
works, but I'm not going to ask.
We will find out.
Gods are weird. This is fair. Okay.
Weird good.
It is nearly time for me to sleep, but I will, as he heads towards his bedroll, he'll shift Barney's bedroll a little bit and try to help, and then nearly wake him up and be like, you know what, this is bad idea, and then he'll go to bed.
It's like, what?
Shh, go to sleep.
Right back to bed.
Go to sleep.
Okay. Who wants to be on Natural Watch, or is there anything anyone else wants to?
I can take the watch going into
Discuss.
us waking up. So waking up early and then everyone else is waking up by the end of mine.
Or just whatever placement works.
Oh, so, yeah, I guess Rhystrata would be like, Brothos, you might as well get him up.
Oh, okay, turns around, does a double take. Barney!
Yeah.
You're up.
Yeah, I'm up. Pushes
Much
himself up.
time.
Doesn't really sit very much, just kind of sits down, gets up, walks around. Not really sitting still.
Got that nervous energy.
Rhystrata will just sit. I don't think she's gonna, she would let Barney say something if he wanted to, but she would mostly just let him work out his energy.
Okay. So is there anything you want to say, or?
He's just pacing around.
Gotcha. All right. Then we end third watch. Yona,
It's
I believe
time.
you are by yourself.
I think so, yeah. Rhystrata, are you?
Yeah, I gotta get 4 hours at least.
Okay. Yeah. So this will be solo watch. Yona, all by himself. He got this. He can handle it. Yeah, I'll probably find a spot that I can watch what's going on here. Probably with my back to the open plain on the map. That's there. Still keeping ears out for stuff, but I'll take my my headband off and grab a little cloth from my bag and just start to polish my headband. And as I polish it, I'm kind of you just hear him muttering to himself, but he's talking to his headband. And he's going to be like, Hey guys, it's been a minute. You guys are getting kind of dirty. I miss you guys. This is a lot. I didn't think I would be here doing this stuff, but hey, I mean, 10 years ago, you didn't think you'd be leaving me at the Institute, but I mean, we're here. Can't get past it, but I miss you guys. Well, I mean, everything's been good. I've made friends, obviously, you know, that's fine. I'm talking to myself. This makes no sense. I'm getting better at this, I think. I've had worries, but I've talked to Rhystrata, I've talked to Brothos, Barney. I'm getting used to being like an adventurer. This is normal. These are things that normal people do. Yeah, that'll be fun. Hey, and the big day's coming up, so that's cool too. I really wish I could see you guys again. You know, just put his head back on, just take his watch, chilling.
How
Your
dare
perception check, please.
Dare you?
You motherfucker.
That's a 4.
4. You're busy polishing. You don't notice anything. But your watch goes by as uneventfully as that was, which was not at all. But no monsters attack in the night. As your friends begin to wake for the morning. Actually,
guys, help! There's monsters. Why are you crying?
So you rolled a 4.
Yep.
Reese is meditating. Everyone else is asleep, and as you are finished polishing, putting your headband back on, you hear this in the cart behind you.
I'm gonna hop up and look at the cart because I realized I kind of zoned out for a minute.
Yeah, you hear this sort of rustling sound, and as you go to look in the cart, a head meets you. A small little horse-like head that has a bit of someone's rations in its mouth.
Oh.
And it just finishes eating it real quick, and then it just hops away off the cart.
Is this the...
This is the golden horse you saw.
Oh, hi, buddy. Hi, I mean, yeah, sure. They're kind of stale. They're oat cookies, but you seem to not matter. Okay, that's cool. Rhystrata's really nice. You can, hello.
He's just sort of like hopping away.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. I didn't eat those cookies. It's fine. I'll get more. Oh wait.
I feel like that Rosa Diaz meme. It's like, I've only known this Kieran for 5 minutes, but if anything happened to it, I would kill this whole damn precinct and myself.
But eventually you all come to. Your creature is not in your arms, Reese.
I can still see it, right? It didn't go away.
Yeah, it's like hopping away, like 30, 40 feet away in the field, just like exploring. Like deer
Little
hops.
one. I looked at Yona and I'm like, where is it?
It was just in the field. It may have eaten some cookies. I don't know if it was... Yeah, I should have done that. I don't know why I didn't do that. Okay, yeah, I'll follow.
You can easily see it just like hopping around, like this little golden bunny almost running around in this field.
I'll adjust eventually, I promise.
Make an animal handling check for me, if you will.
Oh no.
Let's make that a thing.
Oh no, I didn't anticipate
Can I take the help
this.
action to assist?
You can take the help action. You were there.
Okay, cool.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. There's some extra oat cookie stale crumbs if you need those. I don't know.
17.
17?
Mm-hmm.
You very easily just give a few shouts. It recognizes a familiar voice and then comes running, not knowing it was doing anything inappropriate.
Right.
But it just sort of flies back to you.
I'm gonna take it in my arms and look at it, like straight in the eyes. That is fine, little one, but stay close, yes?
What's close?
Okay, you stay
Is
here.
that not close?
She's going to place it on the ground and step out about 20 feet.
It follows
and
you
go.
immediately.
Oh no, you stay, okay?
Okay.
Steps out about 20 feet. From where you are to where I am. Close. Yes?
Close. Okay.
Okay.
Can any of us hear?
Right now, only Reese can hear this.
Incredible.
In the headspace.
Come. And she
And
pats her chest.
It hops up. It just sort of like, almost like a billy goat, just sort of like stands on your shoulders.
Oh God, yes.
But it doesn't feel heavy. It feels almost weightless. You can just feel its feet on your shoulders.
It was flying around, right?
Yes, it can fly.
Barney's just like sitting on the ground, very blary-eyed. Hair is just like
Good.
curly hair, full wild, and just like watching with like squinted eyes, and then like holds his head for a second, and then makes a fist with his hand, and then turns it over and opens it, and he's cast Goodberry
Nice.
for them.
All right. Oh, thank you. She'll take it. I have 2 questions for you, little one.
Is that my name?
That was one of the questions. Do you have a name you would like?
I don't think so.
Okay. Let us think. How would you like the name Taryn?
You say Taryn?
Mm-hmm. Without Rhystrata's accent, the name would be Taryn.
Taryn. Okay.
Mhm.
He says, I like it. Taryn. Did I get it right?
You did. That was very good.
Yeah.
It was the name of a very impressive warrior, which I think you will be.
I'm a warrior?
You could be.
Oh. That can
Now,
be
the
fun.
second question.
Oh, there's more.
I am sorry. Many for you.
Okay.
What would you like to eat?
I had some cookies earlier.
Yeah,
They're very good.
I will keep it in mind. I don't think those are necessarily always good for you.
I think your friend got mad at me.
Oh, that is fine. It will be. Would you like some of these? She holds up the good
The
berries.
good berries? He'll take one. Eat it. I take 4 more and just start like eating all of them.
Oh
unless you
God,
stab them.
okay.
Good shit.
These are good. Mouth
They-
full of berries chewing.
I have heard. Okay, that is all the questions I have for
Is
you.
he
Teddy.
is he talking back to you?
Oh,
or
is
is it
Rhystrata
just-
fully talking out loud? Because I would love that.
Are you talking out loud, or is it in your head?
It's up to you.
I think Rhystrata's speaking out loud. Yeah.
Just like-
yes.
It's not weird for me. I'm used to people giving me looks when I talk to a book, so no different. Same thing, different shape.
Little
It's sort of
scritch under
like
the chin.
it's like covered in berry juice.
Good.
And it does that Billy Goat thing where it jumps up on a single point and it just stands on your head and looks down at Barney and says, "Were those your berries?"
Is it talking to me now?
In your head, yeah. You hear that.
Yep.
Do you have more?
Do you want me to make more?
If you could.
I can. They cost some. I mean, it takes a little bit. It's fine. He makes us another handful.
He just eats them without asking any questions.
2
Yeah.
spell slots, baby.
20,
Well worth it.
Wait,
Well
20
worth
days
berry?
of food this thing just ate.
It was good berry? Doesn't that make you full after one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, jeez.
They're really good berries.
Yep.
This thing's like a shit like a mountain.
Oh my gosh, this thing is good. Oh, we need to pick up some
Amazing.
Pepto on the way.
Cool. Cool.
After it just sort of starts flying around happy.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do with that?
It's very noticeable.
Well, for now, I think this is fine. But when we need to do more stealth, I will speak to it.
That thing is like prime real estate for like black market pet bullshit.
Well, I mean, I feel like we're carrying a lot of stuff that's considered precious cargo. And
I know,
hasn't-
yeah, but not all of it is gold and flashy and flies around by itself.
We are not selling him.
I'm not saying no.
No, I think what he meant was that.
No, miscommunication. I don't want to sell him. I'm not a fucking monster. I just I just am concerned. We have this. It's like that's a baby.
Yes.
And it didn't even. You were trying to like get it to stay close to you or whatever. And I know it'll learn, but I'm just saying we gotta be careful.
Okay.
Well,
Tarin?
He just sort of keeps flying around in like little circles, figure eights.
Oh, Brothos just...
Doesn't seem familiar with the name super yet.
Right. I will let him go for a few more minutes.
Sounds good.
Maybe if we like put a second horn, he would look like a sort of weird goat. We'll just stick it on.
Well, I mean, we can always take into consideration the tactics we tried to have before. I wrote some of those down of like you guys staying in the front, having people in the middle, and we would just have Tyrion like above us, but not too close, but not too far.
Oh, I thought we were talking about in like cities, not in combat.
I'm not as concerned about being out on the road.
Oh, I
That's
have a plan
fine.
for when he is in the city.
Oh, good.
Which involves...
Is Sleep the city or a town? Is it smaller?
Well,
Sleeth is on the larger side of a town.
Okay.
It's not super populated, but
they think
Compared to like Wriggles Run? Bigger?
compared to Wriggles Run, it's bigger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Wriggles Run is like a village.
Nice.
the thing with little ones of any kind is that they have so much energy. And she looks up at the little guy running around in the sky and says,
He's doing
but
zoomies,
then,
essentially.
yeah, but then they sleep so hard. So I just let him get out his energy now. And then we will, he will go in here. And she points inside her armor.
Okay.
Makes sense to me. I just want to make sure that I'm not questioning, because obviously you know a lot about this kind of stuff, or I don't know. But I was just asking because I want it to be on the same page so that we're not just going in and figuring it out by the seat of our asses. I don't know.
I think it's pants is the...
Probably.
My ass is a seat. Yes.
How far are we from Sleeth?
No matter how far, we should get going.
Yeah. You would get there probably around early evening today.
Mm-hmm.
If you left, like, right after you woke up. So.
We should get going.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys head out back on the road.
Mm-hmm.
This little thing stays as close to 20 feet as it can, but it loses track of that constantly, and you have to call it back.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly picking up on its own name, and eventually it gets
Yeah,
it.
she'll keep using it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about every time you call it, it comes back pretty immediately.
Oh, Rhystrata, I have
Barney's
an idea.
just
We need to
walking.
figure out a secret way to call him. We have
Thorn
that
whipping.
bird horn that we can use. And that could be like a code that says like, hey, come back to where you hear whatever this sound is. I don't know. We spent money on this, and I feel like we
Oh,
need to
that is
use it.
true. I was also thinking that we could use it for if we are approaching from two different sides, that we could use the call as a sign to attack, you know?
That sounds
But
like up.
Also that. Yes.
What are you going to say, Sloan? Sorry.
Barney's just walking. He's a little bit separated from the cart. He just like hops off like 2 minutes in and just starts walking in the grass and is just like thorn whipping.
Okay.
Millie rocking the
That's
thorn
how it
whips. Yeah. He Millie rocks the thorn whips.
Good. Good.
Good God. Okay. And without any interruption, you guys begin to approach Sleeth. Getting closer, you can see that the exterior wall of this town are these like thick wooden walls. Like you can tell they've been like, what's it called? Whittled like big logs into spikes. and made fences out of them.
Palisade.
Yeah, exactly. That's the one I was thinking of. Thanks, Josh.
Got your back, baby.
He read my notes.
Me? No. What?
The palisade walls set up around this town. It looks almost like someone put a town around an old fort. As just beyond those walls, you can see this large old fort structure, this like old stone that looks a little fallen apart in most places. And from the side you're entering, it is the closest thing to the walls. And then beyond that, you can see little building tops and houses over it.
As they approach, Barney just kind of like places a hand on his chest and he casts Enhance ability on himself.
For
Wisdom.
nice.
Just looking at the eyes everywhere.
Yeah. When they get kind of in close range, to the point that, like, maybe she would think that people could start to see them, she does call Taryn back. Taryn.
Okay. All right, he comes back, no problem.
Are we coming in from the top?
I
Goes
mean,
into your
here.
armor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
He just
Right
sort of
there.
wiggles in there. It's very uncomfortable
I don't know what you're talking about.
for him, I guess.
Oh, fuck.
It is sort of uncomfortable for him.
We will
Come
make
back.
it. We'll make it better.
My map is super digital. Oh, there it goes. Thank you. So, you enter the city of Sleeth. You enter through, make sure I'm on the right layer this time, this gate.
Ah,
And here you see that old stone fort, Fort Sleeth. To this side, you see this sort of well-built manor, almost looks like. Just a large sort of wraparound manor structure. And in front of you have the scattered, thrown-together town of Sleeth. Now, what would you all like to do once you get here? It's probably around 4, approaching 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
we should probably find somewhere to rest for the night first.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of hail someone and ask them where we could stay for the night.
Okay. Make an investigation roll for me, if you'd be so kind.
I'm so good at these intelligence
You
checks.
asked.
Yes.
Barney's just kind of looking around, trying to get the general lay of things from where he is, scoping the people out, just making sure nothing weird's happening. He's so on edge. He's on edge. Sorry, he's gonna be doing this for the rest of
You're
the time.
good.
Yeah. What's your passive, by the way? 22?
No. I took a different route. I leveled in Druid.
So what is your passive?
18.
18. Good to know.
I did send that in the group chat. Sorry, I should have added
There you
you.
go.
And I got an 11.
11.
Yeah.
A few people asked. They all point you to the same place. The center of town. There's a place called Pat and Taps Pub.
Hat and Taps Pub.
Mhm.
How quaint.
They say they can probably room you for the night if you need to.
What do we think?
and-
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. And Barney, could you make me a perception check with advantage?
Stop that.
You're good. You're good.
My heart rate is so high. It's not. I'm vibing. Everything's fine. That is. I can't do math. Fuck. Like a 24.
24. Really good.
Jeez.
Even with the setting light, you still have a pretty good view. Sort of rolling down this very slow hill towards the center of town. You're able to get a pretty good scope of most things. You can see that both this gateway and this gateway appear to both be barricaded. The gate you came in through, it looks like it's almost like a reverse drawbridge where the gate door swings down from the interior of the town, and it looks like they've put things up against the walls to make sure they don't open. The one you came in through is the only one you can see that is open anywhere in this town, apparently, or unbarred. You also do see the town square, or the town center right around here. And just off of the 24, why did I do that? Off of the 24, you can see this stone building right here. You can just faintly make out, with your high roll, the insignia of the Scarred Assembly.
Oh, we
Nice.
might have friends here. Or not friends, acquaintances, or business partners. It's the Scarred Assembly is here. They have a chapter.
Oh,
He like points towards the way in the fucking back of this town.
Yeah, it's all the way in
Oh.
the back.
It's all the way in the back.
Oh, that's far. Okay.
It's almost like you're obsessing about everything around you. It's like, it's over there.
mm-hmm.
That's weird. It's so strange. Almost like that's exactly what's happening.
We should probably check in there, actually.
It looks like they have the... Yeah. Do you want to go there now? We should drop our stuff off.
Sure. Yeah. Is there like a spot for the horses and cart?
There isn't one around here.
we can
Is it
take
like
it
a
with us
stable or
until we
anything?
get to the pub.
Yeah. Barney walks alongside the cart and is gonna go first because he saw it. So once the land sort of levels out and they can't see over the buildings anymore, he'll try and
Can I, as
Get
we're
there.
riding by, look at some of like the buildings and stuff that we're passing just to see if any like shops or things like that catch my eye to like just make note of
Sure.
for later?
Make a perception check for me, if you'd be so kind.
Yeah. Perception 17.
Okay, that's not bad. Most of the things you see around you seem to be residential, like people live in those buildings.
Ah.
Not a super large amount of storefronts or businesses, you can tell. Mostly you're just going down this main road to there. But that's, or going through that area, you would see there's not a lot of storefronts.
I have a question.
Yes.
When I was up on the hill with a 24, would I have been able to see any part of town that looked like distinctly shabbier than the
shittiest
rest?
part?
Yeah.
With your 24, this entire town looks like the shady part of town. It looks like the shady part of another town, but the whole thing.
Nice.
You can tell most of the buildings are not well looked after. It doesn't look like the place is super well off, except for the manor at the entrance you walked by. It's really the only building you would probably call nice.
Yeah.
That you can see from around here.
Were
across
the
entire
people
place.
were the people who were guarding the gate uniformed, or did they look like local sort of?
They looked like local, like armed farm boys. Yeah.
Awesome. I feel
Don't mess with the
safer
farm
already.
boys.
What a lovely town it is, eh?
What a beautiful wedding.
They
Sorry.
And while they're walking down, Barney's just like, they've got barricades on the gates, except for the one that we came through. So, but they did have bars. But yeah.
Seems they have been having this problem for a long time.
Yeah.
As you guys get to the center of town, you would notice that this building right here is indeed a stable. So you can go ahead and throw your horse in there.
Sweet.
Yeet.
Yeet those
That's the theme
horses.
to today's episode.
Yeehaw!
Go in, Strumhouse and Odin. Get in there.
Okay. Easily enough. Not a lot of horses in there.
Not enough room to parallel park though. Set up,
Yeah. That's
back it in.
And we go to the Scarred Assembly.
Oh, wait. We need to put our stuff down at the pub first?
Yeah, we're gonna check in at
Okay.
the pub, get some rooms, and then
If you'd like to.
Let's do that.
The world is your oyster.
Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah, let's get a look at this pup.
All right. As you walk inside, there is this semi-busy mid-afternoon around dinner rush crowd in this bar. You don't see a lot of waitstaff. And as you walk in, you're sort of taking a look at the place. There is a human male behind the bar, just sort of sitting there doing the bartender thing, cleaning that glass out. It's never going to get clean. But the thing that catches your eye immediately after that is this swirling and clicking sound as you look across the bar to this humanoid figure that doesn't have a head. It's got these like very thin, wiry metal arms and legs, and these like 4 barrel kegs that make up its chest section. They're like on a rotating like Lazy Susan device in the middle of its chest. And you see it running from table to table and like switching, like throwing its stomach around, stopping on a barrel, filling the people's glasses, and then running to another table and like switching back to a different keg and filling their glasses.
Just let me root around in that brain for a couple of days, Sean. Just let me get right in there.
Refuse.
Oh, yeah, this seems like as good a place as any.
As you guys walk in, the bartender just sort of looks over and goes, "Hey, you looking for a place to sleep or a place to eat?"
Both.
Well, sleep for
Perfect.
the moment, eat later.
Okay. Sure.
We need rooms. Do you have rooms that lock?
Lock. Yes.
Perfect.
How good do the locks need to be?
I mean, if they lock, then good. If they don't lock, bad.
Okay, it's got the slidey ones.
Okay.
Excellent.
Good. All right. He can find you 2 rooms for the night.
Nice.
Mhm.
My God.
Get the sense he's not the best at his job.
How much we paying for these rooms?
These rooms would cost you 3 silver for the night.
Oh no.
Yeah,
What is
no.
this what is this gentleman's name?
Yep,
This would be
French.
Pat. Can you guess what the other guy's name is?
Might be Tap. Ugh. I love that. I love that little monster. All right, we will be back.
All right,
Who's-
your rooms will be waiting.
How are we splitting the rooms? Is it Rhystrata in one and then 3 of us in another? Or are we doing 2 and 2? Does it matter?
That's
It doesn't
a Rhystrata
matter.
question.
Sorry, it's fine. We can figure it out later.
Barney, do you need a little I learned a new thing. Would you like to try it?
What is it?
It's the police. Oh shit!
I knew you
called
were a
prison,
fucking cop,
motherfucker.
Rhystrata. I knew you were a fucking
Go
cop.
to jail. You know how when I was nervous and you gave me a little bit of medicine? This is like that, but magic?
I think I'd prefer to stay the way that I am. Thank you.
Okay.
Throws his stuff in one of the rooms. It's just like, I'm gonna get some water.
Okay.
Brothos leans
See you
over to you
downstairs.
now. Was that weird?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Jesus.
So to the Scarred Assembly we go.
Okay. Love to start the assembly.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go, lesbians. Let's go.
Lesbians, let's go. Amazing.
Dun, 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 dun.
You travel over to the stone building you saw from a distance, passing by a strange-looking church with a graveyard in the back. Passing by a lumber yard on your way there, you come across it. That sign, very like crudely carved, with that symbol of the 3 raised fists, and this kind of small, kind of shitty-looking stone building. Disrepair a little bit, but
Walking
good
right
enough.
up to that door. Is it open?
You go to push the door open. It does move. Bless you, Josh.
That was Brothos.
Sorry, Brothos.
Bless you.
No blesses for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Just pushes the door open and is gonna walk inside.
It opens. Sitting in this very devoid of life room, you see two figures. A small tannish-skinned gnome with this very like thin mustache over its top lip. This very like slicked back black hair, and a strange-looking jacket. Especially because you've been moving south. It's a little warmer down here than where you started. But he's got this like fur-lined leather jacket. And resting on the table next to him is actually something you would recognize, Barney. It is aviator goggles for the high winds that go on in airships.
Hell yes.
But the other figure is this silver-haired female, very, very like porcelain skin, and she's just sitting there, sort of flipping through the pages of a book, and then like doing some charcoal work, either painting or drawing. Just sort of like.
Not tonight.
Barney looks over his shoulder like,
let's go through the bar.
to the bar? What, we just got here?
Is there a monster board?
There is no monster board here. But as you do enter, that small gnome individual turns on and says, hello, welcome. Are you looking for some work here at Discard Assembly?
Yeah, we're
I believe we're members.
we're
Right?
members.
Have paperwork to prove that.
Oh.
It is us!
He
He just immediately takes a step back.
Yeah, sorry. We're that's our name.
I don't know if we had that name when we. That doesn't matter.
No. We actually probably get that on the way here.
We definitely
hey,
we definitely wrote our names in a book.
Pretty sure.
Is
yes.
that anything?
That sounds about right. Okay, Della! And he shouts into a side room. And you hear the sound of hoof prints as a full satyr female, dark skin, these unique individual braids that have been like tied together into one long ponytail, for lack of a better term. You see a centaur woman enter the room. This beautiful armor.
Centaur or satyr?
Centaur or satyr?
Full horse.
Centaur.
Yes, big horse ass.
Okay, you said satyr at first, and I was like,
Did I say satyr? My bad.
yeah,
You did.
different vibe.
I think I said satyr because I was specifically trying to avoid saying satyr, so he didn't scare you guys.
That happens.
Oops. Anyways, you see a centaur woman walking in. The same treatment that's done to her hair is also done to the tail. This like long braided tail. But you see this very nice like breastplate armor, and to one side a sword sheath, and the other side there's this warhammer hanging. And she walks in and says, "You members of the Discard Assembly?"
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, let's get you.
We are us.
Let's get you all looked up.
Slayers of hydras and those stony things. What do you call them? Basilisks.
Did we really slay a hydra?
Nope. No point.
No,
Oh,
Chimera, Brothos. You are thinking Chimera.
Yes, what did I say?
Common isn't his first language. It's
Right. I think I remember a message coming through about someone with a lot of titles. It took me all night to write the name down. And she goes over to a book and pulls it out. It's like, Brothos the Bold. Is that it?
That is me!
Yeah, there's a bunch more here. I'm going to leave those off for now.
I'm famous.
You guys?
Yona?
You're here? Yep.
Rhystrata.
Gotcha.
Barney. Fairweather.
Gotcha. All right. And you're... I'm sorry, did you have a group name? Did I hear that correctly?
Us.
Us.
Yes, we are
It's just-
us.
Boy, you guys got to change that.
It's
Right
just
down
capital
us.
yes.
How dare you?
And, like,
It does
circles
stand
you
for
guys
something.
together.
But
What?
I mean, it stands for us. I mean,
it does
stands
stand.
for us. We are.
It does stand for us. It's unsupervised.
Unsuper. I like that better. Honestly, I'm gonna put that down in here.
No, you can't. It has to be
I
US.
think it is just us, u.s. It's
Yeah,
easier
US.
for us to say.
Well, erasers
Again-
haven't been invented yet, so I think
Cross it out.
Can you just cross it out?
I'm gonna cross it out. Okay. Just cross it out. Puts a big score mark through it. All right. Well, good to have you here. Unless you're really, she looks over where all the posters would be. Unless you guys are really here to hunt werewolves, there's not a lot of work going on in this area currently.
You are in luck.
We get
Oh.
paid to do this.
Shh, Brothos. We are here
Not by
to
me.
hunt werewolves.
What are you guys looking for?
Do you get a lot of werewolves in town?
You could say it's kind of a huge issue. Yeah.
How do they get through? The gates are barricaded.
One of them isn't, and they can look like people. You guys didn't get stopped, did you?
No, maybe
No.
change that.
I would honestly, if I was in charge, first thing I'd do. Shut the
Okay,
gate.
yeah,
All
it
of them.
seems
Just-
like now that you put that into perspective, no one checked us as we
Yep.
walked in. That wasn't
Yeah.
the smartest.
Who is in charge here?
Laurentius Cresden, the son of Delis Cresden of the Spires of Avelstrad. He saw fit to send his incompetent son to run this shithole in his stead. Do you need those name again?
I do. I really do.
I got Laurentius. I just didn't get his
Cresden.
shithole dad.
Laurentius is the son of Delis, Delis Cresden.
Kristen.
God, Dallas sounds
Did you
so
get the
fucking
gnome
close to
and
Dilem. How dare you?
It's not Dalom.
The Cresden Files. What's his son's name?
The Dresden Files, you mean?
No,
His
it
son's
was
name
a
is
joke,
Laurentius.
Sean. Come on,
Sorry.
Loren.
So sorry.
Laurentius.
Loren.
Did we get the gnome person's name?
Oh, you didn't
Or
get
the-
any other names except
Oh,
for
okay.
you heard
Della.
Della.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of Dell going on.
Yeah, dude. I don't know any other names.
Barney will like lean back and just be like, "Y'all's names, your names."
You see the mustachioed gnome say, Martel. Martel Shorborn.
Nice to meet you.
And the other one will, like, without even looking over from whatever they're drawing, they say, Cassidy. Completely uninterested in whoever came in.
Strata is very clearly restraining herself.
Do they seem like a human?
Restraining yourself.
Restraining.
Make an intelligence check.
That was the next thing I was gonna ask.
Oh, shit! They got
What do they
big
look like?
fangs and werewolf claws. I mean,
intelligence.
Ah!
13.
13? They look human, for the most part. You can't really discern any other features, if there are any.
She's blonde, white hair, you said?
It's like silver hair, sort of pulled back into, like, the top ponytail that falls down.
Does she look like a changeling at all?
How would someone look like a changeling?
Well, they have like coloration that they sometimes.
Oh, they're like
Huh?
neutral.
You mean
Like
like their
changeling?
default?
It doesn't look like... They're
Yeah,
usually, like, silver skin.
Yeah, some of them will stay that way. I just thought I'd ask.
It's totally fair.
He was friends
totally
with the
fair
changeling for 4 years.
Listen, I'm the asshole for being so aggressive about it. I understand this now.
Now I'm just embarrassed.
You're fine. It does not look like the silver skin of a changeling.
Okay.
Especially with your recent encounter with one, it doesn't look similar.
Cassidy, how do you find yourself here?
Work here. Goes back to drawing. You get the
They are
sense
mean.
from her responses, she seems very young, and very irritated that other people are here.
Ah, young. No.
Also, anyone who wants to can make me a perception check.
Give me that shit. Has it been an hour yet?
Natural 20! Pew, pew, pew!
Interesting. Okay,
What kind of
we'll
check?
reconcile that later. Perception, I think.
Okay.
I got a look around 20.
Look around
natural.
20.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's not
21.
21.
I
Gotcha.
also got a natural 20.
Jesus
That's a 24.
Christ! You'll just peer over this person at the table.
For Brothos, I think that is
Enhance.
a 25 at the end.
Computer.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
Okay, so all mid-tier 20s to 20. So, as you all just aggressively peer through this person's skin, I will say, all of you
Oh god, she's
notice
a jellyfish.
We'll just stare really hard.
I died 27 years ago. I come back for my drawings. No, as you look over this person, you sort of like give it the once over, like, all right, bitch. There is a medallion showing the symbol of like the moon coming through clouds, like behind clouds, essentially. And I think all of you with over a 20 would know that that is the symbol of Selene, the Night Mother,
Oh.
goddess of the moon. And you know what happens at night.
Why?
Very associated with love and
Sleeping.
sex.
Sleeping.
Sleeping together,
Okay. All right. Okay.
A short rest.
not sleep.
Govey doesn't understand.
Oh
God.
my god.
Moon, stars. It's so tempting, but I have
Ogres
a
and balloons.
child.
Rhystrata's a parent now.
And
Everybody's got gods.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
manage-
Well, tell us about the werewolves.
they're werewolves. Yes.
What did we get with that
Right.
natural 20?
a natural 20? Actually, with a natural 20, you would see very faintly
Ooh.
there are these white silverly, like almost look like tattoo trace lines along their skin and sort of curling up their neck, and they sort of run along their face.
Rad.
They're very rare. With a natural 20, though, I would say you've at least heard of Kalishtar.
Holy
I have?
fuck.
Brothos, somehow on your travels, yes, you have.
Cassidy's just in their head like, this bitch
In the-
won't stop being horny at me. She won't stop being horny at me.
There was just an endless thing of like, fuck.
He met one
Please.
in the Dragonborn capital when he was over the sea.
That's fair.
Yeah?
You've literally only ever met one, and they told you everything about themselves over
Yeah,
coffee.
it was a great encounter. Oh, this is very pretty. It is much nicer than mine. And he like walks over and sits down next to them and starts looking at whatever they're drawing.
They, as you sit down, like walk over and sit down, you hear the sliding of a book before you even get to the seat, as they reposition while you're walking, and just sort of like move to a different angle to start drawing. I'm going to say you keep the natural 20. You would also notice their drawings are this like strange ethereal shape, just in different like angles, different positions. It's just this strange landscape or some sort of shifting thing. You can see the same sort of form in every one of the drawings on the page, but it's just this different drawing every time.
Oh, you should not be shy about your art. You should show it to people. Why do you hide it?
Because it's for me.
Just for you?
Yes. I'm sorry, what are you all doing here?
Hello, I am
we're here to
Brothos.
fight, werewolves. So that's what we're doing. Sorry to
Right,
interrupt.
and-
Brothos, can you come back?
Oh, you're fine. I have met a Kalashtar before.
She's sort of like at the word collector. She's like,
What?
Oh.
okay, that's cool. Just sort of like suspiciously eyeing you, like, I don't fucking know what I am.
You can do all kinds of cool things, yes.
Whatever, it's like nothing.
No, you are very talented.
Della, can you please talk to them about werewolves? And she's like, all right, please, just let her be.
Oh my god.
They like
Amazing.
bring you into another portion of the room where she can't hear you as well.
Okay, bye.
I mean, she's a good enough cleric, but she's fucking weird about her drawings. Just leave her alone, please.
It's just
You'll make
hand.
my life easier if you help me on this.
Okay.
And she will tell you what she
Sense a
knows
kindred spirit.
about werewolves. So, from what we've been able to hear from whatever passing knowledge happens, the Brotherhood of the Beast exists in that woods. They come out to essentially recruit people, take them right off the street, either at night or when no one's looking. They just take them. We're assuming they turn them and they put them to work or something. Not exactly sure what happens when they get to the woods. We
Is there
also
something? Is there something that would keep them once they turn? Is it simply the
That-
fact that they have turned?
that is my second piece of information.
Ah.
There's something else. A different type of lycanthrope.
Badger.
Not a badger. Something more primal. I've only ever experienced it once. Didn't even see the thing, but it knocked me flat on my ass. I only got out because of her and her fucking moon god. But there's something else out there. I think something else is keeping them all in line.
Large?
Oh, yeah. And I don't just think it's one.
Huh.
Now, from Martel's aerial support, he's I don't know if you saw the thing on the roof.
I would have, right?
Actually, yes, you would have. From a distance, you saw what looked like a big nest on the roof.
Oh, jeez.
But at, like, the back half, like, up against the wall, not, like, right at the front where you can see it from below, but from on top of the hill near the entrance, you would have seen this big fucking nest on top of the...
Didn't get the best look at it. What is it?
It might not be there right now. He's got a big owl that he rides around on. He's been able to do a few runs for us, and there appear to be some old ruins from something that used to exist in these woods. And it looks like a few of them have reoccupied these ruins for some reason. I'm not quite sure. He hasn't gone too deep over the woods because we don't want to lose that ability to keep looking.
You do know that some of them can fly, yes?
That's why we don't gonna go too deep.
Got you.
Gonna just go in for quick looks, have him come back.
This is smart.
Right.
I don't know if I've asked this in like previous sessions when we talked about the woods. If there
Sure.
were ruins there, can I make like a history check to know what those ruins could be from or
You
of?
can. Go for it.
Well, you said can makes me think that it
It's
doesn't
very
exist.
deep knowledge.
My mom, book boy.
Is this investigation?
It is
Or
history.
History? Oh, it's the same thing. 20.
20?
Yeah.
It's good. You have never heard of any ruins related to the Splinterwood. You may have come across text of explorers and travelers to that area pre-Brotherhood, referencing some sort of curse or malady that befell whatever woods used to be there. But that's all you probably would have heard.
Are you from here, Della?
Me? No,
How did you get here?
I walk.
No, what brought you here? That's-
Sorry. I sort of joined Scarred Assembly in this branch, and when it sort of lost its last leader, I filled that role. Not a lot of people have come here since the Brotherhood showed up because they don't really care about fighting werewolves. They care about slaying monsters. The big ones.
They, the Brotherhood have been here for a while, haven't they?
They've been here for probably about 40 or 50 years, from what I can tell.
Mm-hmm. Have you seen any face to face?
I have fought off a few were creatures. Yes. Few werewolves, rats, bats. I've seen one werebear. That was terrifying. I haven't gotten a glimpse of whatever the bigger one was, but they hit fucking hard.
Yes.
I can tell you that much.
Well, if you point us in the direction of the ruins, we can investigate for you.
I think I could do that.
Well, it's actually kind of fortuitous you guys showed up here. We do have a fourth. And recently, I've gotten him to give me a little information. He's got a connection with the Thieves Guild in town, and I think they might know something about what they're doing in town. Now, your name's in the book. Technically, I can bring you on as part of this, if you'd like. Because the three of us aren't going to cut it. I can already tell you that right now. But you, she looks up and down. Chef's kiss.
Of course.
What are the requirements?
Yes.
Sorry, Rhystrata.
No?
Requirements. Can you kill were creatures?
That's not what I
Definitely.
mean. What's the expectation? What is the expectation for us?
Hopefully, is that we can clear the woods of them, or at least figure out more about what they're doing, so we can clear out a portion eventually.
Clear them out by...
I don't know, or at least get them to stop. Listen, they haven't been doing this for 40 years. This is recent. They've been coming into our town and taking people. As long as that stops, they can stay in the woods for all I care. I just need to get paid for them taking people. That needs to stop. That's our job.
I have a question for you. I am sorry if I am stepping, Barney.
No.
I have heard of them assaulting travelers on the road. Did that start at the same time that they started taking from your village, or is that a separate occurrence?
That had been happening, but it was far less frequent.
Do you believe that these primal beings had something to do with it?
I'm not sure. That's part of the problem. I don't know what started it. If we did, we can attack it there. Boom, problem's done. I know Avelstrad doesn't like them being there because they do attack their convoys, but it's been increasing recently, and that's all I really give a shit about. They weren't taking people before, they were just taking stuff. So they're bandits. I'm not gonna hunt bandits. So,
We can definitely kill them. We have before.
that is delightful to hear.
That is something that we will help you find the root issue.
Okay. I feel like I'm bumming you out, and points right at Barney. Are you not okay with this?
Complicated issue. I'd rather not kill them.
Okay. If they share that notion with us, I'm totally fine.
No, yeah. I get it.
If you're on board, I gotta know you're gonna have our backs when we're out there.
Yeah. I'm not shitting on anyone for protecting themselves when they're being attacked and in danger.
People are being kidnapped and forced against their will to become something else now.
Has anyone tried to offer, like, curing their condition? If that's
There's a guy in town who claims to be able to do that.
Have they not? I mean, I don't know how it is for them, like, why if they're doing it for that, but would that stop
Usually
it?
they either disappear in the night or we unfortunately have to kill them and they revert regardless. We haven't been able to test it, but he's been selling some stuff to help people.
The choice is yours, Barney.
Listen, if you guys need to talk about this, that's fine. I just saw an opportunity, literally walked in my door. If you guys got out of the planes, I get it. Sort of dropping a lot on you here. Take the night. Go talk about it. I'm not going to press one way or the other. That's not the way deals go through. But we'll be here. If you change your mind or you make a decision. Sound good? Just like...
It is
Thanks,
appreciated, Della.
Yeah. Thank you for
Anytime.
sharing all that with us.
No worries.
Okay, back to the pub, friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Della, before we go, do you know anywhere that I could get, like, fancy ink? I guess a rare kind of ink, aside from just, like, regular writing?
Like calligraphy stuff?
No, more of, like, magical means. Like,
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I don't know that. I don't think there's any, like, magical stuff in the city. You can try that alchemist guy I was talking about earlier, but I don't think he's got any magic inks.
He's the
What's
one with
his name?
the cure?
Yeah, he's over at the Mulch House.
Mulch
his-
house.
Yeah, lizard folk named Musk.
Okay.
Well, hopefully I'll hear from you guys tomorrow.
You most certainly will, one way or the other.
Perfect. And they will allow you to leave if you wish.
Head on back.
All right.
Back
as you,
to the pub.
as you guys head on back to the pub, we're going to take a quick break.
Oh, a break,
Little-
you say?
A little early tonight for the break, just in case.
Oh, how exciting.
God, that means
Hey,
we're gonna have
listen,
two
don't look at me,
giveaways.
Sloan. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are going to do.
Oh no.
No.
Oh, yeah, don't forget that Wormwood giveaway for that Hex Chest dice box.
That's right. And we're
good
gonna
shit.
have the Skull Splitter dice giveaway going during the break too. So hashtag excuse me,
Or
Elderwood to get in
almost said
on
Wormwood
the dice box, and exclamation point win to get in on the Skull Splitter dice, my friends. And we will be back, Sean.
Sure thing.
Bye.
Everybody. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Make sure to keep entering the Elderwood giveaway, because the Skull Splitter one's closing. We will draw that at the end of the month. But for now, Elderwood remains open for that. Hex chest, dice box. But we're going to dive back into it. Right back into that good gameplay.
Get in there.
So,
Yeah.
on your way, heading back to the Pat and Tap Tavern, or pub. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Where did they say where that Musk guy is placed on the map?
They did not. They said it was in something called the Mulch House.
Gross. Okay.
On my way out. Bye, Cassidy. We will see you again soon. Okay.
There's no fucking response.
Perfect.
Sorry, Josh.
On the way.
A teenager.
In a
You know,
can.
you know how it is.
Yeah, I'm a teenager. I know exactly what that's like.
You read Zine.
I'm cool and young.
I love Mad TV.
You read Tiger Beat.
MTV's a
I've
thing still, right?
Whatever it takes. I know I can make it through.
This
Might
entire
want to
joke just makes me feel
say-
even older.
Again,
Anyway.
Topical references from Sean. Sean
What?
Shickadance.
Someone said Disgrassi.
Yeah. Yes, like Drake. He was there.
If we look around, can we see anything that would indicate where the fuck this place is?
Make a perception
Fiona's
check
looking.
one more time for me. I think
Great.
you would just be on the tail end of your advantage.
You're gonna give me advantage.
I will give you advantage on this.
Thank you.
You'd find it another way if I did.
Hee hee. Oh, well, I rolled the same thing twice, but it's a 19.
19. Okay.
Wow, it's 219.
As you guys are heading down this road, sort of following it to get back to the tavern, you actually notice this very kind of like large barn house. Looks kind of odd. Just stands out against, most of the poorer looking buildings, but it does stand out in a weird way.
Well, it definitely smells like dirt. Seems as good a place to check as any.
Oh, it is literally a mulch house?
Is it like the barn doors are open or is it closed?
You can go over and check.
Oh. Yeah.
Barney kind of glimpsed her from quite a bit away.
Barney, how are you seeing these things from so far away? It's ridiculous.
I don't know.
He has better eyesight than all of us. If only there was a way to fix eyesight. So sorry, this is a half-baked joke that had to get out of my brain.
Cut to an artificer somewhere away inventing LASIK.
I've done it! Rhystrata does check in on Terran as they're walking. He's been in there a while.
Yeah, as you're checking on him, it looks like the zoomies from earlier did put him to sleep. And he's just been like fully sprawled up with his little arms over him, just
Called it.
asleep. All mashed in the armor.
I mean, the armor's uncomfortable, but
It's not that it's an uncomfortable position, but he's just sort of cradled in whatever space he could find.
Mm-hmm.
So where you guys going?
To the mulch
No,
house.
you can go, Sloan. Sorry, I didn't mean to step on any toes.
No, it's okay. I don't have any toes. Have you had a pet before?
Just smooth.
Define pet.
Like that. And he points at her chest plate.
This is a very important question that I have not considered.
What's up?
If Rhystrata's had a pet before.
You have Brothos.
That's a you thing.
I know.
What's that?
Don't say that
saying.
about Brothos.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That was a joke.
Yeah, Brothos is more of a familiar.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
clearly. He's got magical
Okay,
powers.
You're good. Familiars can't kill anything.
Any
Not
pets in
bad,
the
dude.
Feywild? Or did you forget
I had a horses before.
Sounds?
Not
You
not horses like Stromhouse and Odin.
And horses like what?
Well, it is. They are our horses. They are cart horses. More of,
Guard horses?
no, more of a. Anyway, Horses.
No. Tell me. I want to know more about the guard horses.
They're not guard horses.
Are you talking
Well,
about
you said
horses
guard
for
horses.
war, like war horses?
No, I said Stromhouse and Odin are cart horses.
Cart
Oh.
horses. I see.
Cart
Accents.
horses.
Yeesh.
And the horses that you had were...
I had different horses at different times. It was battle. But I also lived in a town for a bit and made some friends with some cats. But
Rhystrata's
this.
old cat lady.
but they
Looks
were
like-
more. They came when they wanted, and they left when they wanted. This one, I think, she very lightly taps her breastplate. Will be staying a bit more reliably.
Okay.
For now. Why?
Just curious. You have such a delicate touch. I want to go to the dirt house?
Are a bit like children, but yes.
That's so sarcastic.
I was being serious.
Knock. If the door's open, if
It's
it's
hard
a
to tell
door
through
that's
text.
open, I'll knock. Or if it's a closed door, I'll knock. If it's open, I'll just shout and be like, "Musk."
I'm gonna fucking leave this campaign, I swear to God.
Don't do it. Sorry, what was that, Matt? I was being
Knocked
dumb.
on the door.
Yeah, if the door's open, I'll just yell for Musk. If it's closed, then I'll knock.
The only doors you see are like these large, like pull apart barn doors that have a door like built into it. It looks like it can be opened, and
Okay.
there's just a sign shoved in the ground that has poorly painted on it, the mulch house.
I'll
Door
black
in a
paint.
door.
knock on the smaller door.
Paint it black.
There is no
Yes.
response.
Musk, are you here?
You see this kind of like lizard face just. Can I help you?
Della said you might possibly. I mean, unlikely, but there are these ink. It's ink for writing stuff, but it's like a fancy kind of ink that she said you might have.
Oh,
If-
no inks here.
Okay.
Do
Well,
you sell by any chance?
And he just opens the door like a little wide so he can actually stand in front of you. This sort of ratty looking, like just almost like burlap pulled over, worn clothes, sort of a hunched figure. Scales not really taken care of. They look kind of cracked in places and like he's half molting almost.
Fuck yes, dude.
He's like, you can come in and peruse if you wish. I have potions, tinctures for things.
Yeah, you want to go peruse?
The
I would love to peruse.
question.
For me?
Do you have a cure for the werewolf thing?
Oh, you seek lycanthropy cure. Yes, please come in.
Yes, I've been
And he starts
bitten.
shuffling into his house.
I follow.
Okay.
guys, I don't want to walk in first. If anyone
I
wants to
go
go
in.
in, but
Okay.
I'll go second.
He sort of disappears into a weirdly lit interior, and as you enter, your eyes sort of adjust, and it's an immediate shock to see this figure and its environment that it lives. The floor, immediately you can smell, it's just covered in mulch and soil. There's a deep, earthy smell with this mix of strange plant life, spices, herbs, and sort of like a humid atmosphere. There are these large glass, like, domes that almost look like they curl up like this, and then there's a little tiny, like, growth out that sort of like spreads open. And in that growth, for each one of these different domes is this different strange colored crystal that gives off a different light. And wrapped around that little growth on the top, you can see these like large ropes that go up to the ceiling in these strange pulley systems. Inside each of the bulbs, there are different terrains with different plant life. It looks like there's an area with like sand and all these different cactuses growing out of it. To one side, there's like a very humid, like condensated glass where you can peek through a little bit and see like rainforest type terrain. There are different types of like environments in each one of these bulbs where there's different plants growing as he just sort of shuffles alongside them.
So we've essentially stumbled into a greenhouse.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Well, a
With
house
little
of greenhouses.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But the outside of each one of these bulbs, like the entire floor around them, is just covered in this dirt, soil, and mulch.
This
Please tell me, like, as we walk by, like, our heads get bigger and smaller if the camera's pointed at the
Yeah. The
glass,
camera's
like-
totally doing that, like, funhouse science experiment thing.
Okay, love it.
Yeah.
Can
I just
I
follow the lizard.
please cast a little detect magic?
You can.
I do so.
What is the range on that? Just
The range on detect
feet?
magic. Presence of magic within 30 feet of you.
okay.
In a sphere.
In a sphere.
Aha.
Gotcha.
So it goes below me and above me.
Gotcha. But it is blocked by certain things. It says so
Yeah.
in the spell. It's like a.
Do you want me to read them to you?
No. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like one foot of stone, metal.
No, yeah, I got it. I was just making stupid faces. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
you're fine. As you are walking through, where he's going, you can sense there's a little bit of magic as you get closer to that part of the barn. And you can very clearly see this is a retrofitted barn with all these weird pulleys just added on. You can sense there are a few hints of evocation magic. That would be the only thing you detect from this area.
This is amazing.
So this cure.
He scrabbles in, and you hear him like dragging a few boxes out of the way and like moving things. And he pulls out very delicately this black like box and opens it. And you can see these little slim vials, all with this very murky, like grayish white liquid inside. He says, "These are what you're looking for. Lycanthropy cures. Would you like to buy one?
What are they made of?
Special herbs and remedies I find in my glass balls."
Are they magic?
They do not appear to be magical to you.
Yeah. He's asking this guy.
Oh yes, quite magic.
It like a blend of 11 herbs and spices.
It is KFC's.
Oh, I'm very hungry.
I knew it was the cure for lycanthropy.
I killed a colonel in a battle.
Which
Dying
one?
breath.
Yeah.
Recipe.
Fucking Rhystrata's
Son, I need you to
best
make
friend.
chicken.
Barney just
Make the
asked if
best
these are magic, and he said yes, right?
Yes.
He said yes. We were
we
talking
believe him?
about Barney was like, we need a sign system so that if somebody's lying, we can make a sign to each other. I said that forever ago. Did we ever do that, or do we need to establish that in?
I think that was the night Brothos ran off.
Oh,
But you guys didn't ever do it.
Yeah.
cool.
You had that
cool,
conversation, but you
Yeah, we were
Cool. All
going
right,
scouting.
Are you trying to?
Barney is going. He just like looks over to whoever he can like catch the eye of, and just go like. Just a little
Josh, if you want to roll an insight, you can.
Thank you.
tiniest shake of his head.
That's really good. That is a 24.
Wow.
24. You look at this guy, this fucking peeling skin lizard. You don't trust him as a person, just intrinsically. And as you have this sort of feeling, you also look at Barney, who's just like, and you both get the feeling that this guy's probably full of shit.
Rhystrata, can I try to like do perception to see Barney doing that, or?
What's your passive?
My passive perception is 14.
14? You'd probably notice Barney just going. Just
Okay, all right.
darting around between each one of you, trying to sell you something.
We're trying to just cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Why not? Let's just have some fun.
Oh boy.
Let's just stir the pot.
Making friends. Making friends.
Make a charisma save.
That is a 16.
Fuck.
We're all
He
standing next to
passes.
you.
Yeah, do we have to make a save too?
I choose to fail.
Nice.
I don't. Fuck that. What
Charisma?
saving throw is it? Charisma?
Yeah,
Mhm.
charisma.
Is this a charm? Do I have advantage?
It
It
a
is
charm?
not a charm. It's an enchantment.
Oh, but
Okay.
in the spell, does it mention charmed at all? While charmed in this way?
Does not.
I didn't know the spell was cast though.
Nice.
Creature. Yeah, they. You know whether a creature is aware of the spell and thus can avoid answering questions. Yeah. So. He would
20.
know that I just tried to cast Zone of Truth on him.
Okay.
Anyway, what'd you get, Barney?
20.
20. Okay.
Yana?
Oh, 19.
Yeah, everyone's good.
Okay.
Except
I
for
feel
me.
like I should also.
He'll just pull it back and say, "What did you cast on me?
I
put
wanted
it
to know
back
if you were telling the truth.
You do not believe my tinctures work?
No.
Get out." He puts the box away and slides it back underneath his cart.
Oh,
Learn about
don't
the plants.
don't be so hasty, my new friend.
The other was already starting to walk out. Oh,
Simply because I do not believe you does not mean I am not interested in what you have.
What do you want?
I want to know what is actually in it.
He pulls it back out. He opens the lid. He's like, "It's nothing. It's water and a bit of sugar. It's a placebo, baby."
So you prey on the desperate? How much were you going to sell this for?
30 gold pieces.
Holy shit.
Brothos, you don't believe that.
I do not see. You're going to sell it for more?
No.
You are lying to me. Okay, he looks at
Yes.
Rhystrata, actually. Oh, wait, Rhystrata's spell didn't go off.
Yeah. You assume he's going to sell it for more than 30 gold.
Is it time to do the little song of just did a bad thing? Because
You can
Do
tell
you
us more.
have anything that's like actually magical?
I do, for the discerning customers. And he reaches down to a box that, Barney, you actually get the familiar hint of evocation magic for healing potions.
Oh, well,
he
that's
opens it.
useful.
There are 2 of the lowest level, and there's 1 of the greater healing potions.
Now those actually work. Allegedly.
fair enough.
They are priced at 90 for the healing potions and 300 for the greater.
Wow. Why are you doing this?
Why are you the way you are?
Musk,
What do
why
Me.
why I mean this, you know what I'm talking about.
I am allowed to charge my own prices.
But are they good prices?
You'll
They are
find no
dishonest
other ones
prices.
in the city.
Yes. They are dishonest for you sell something that is not real.
These are real.
Those ones are real.
See?
Are you laughing?
The other ones with those lycanthropy cures are not.
Do we want to buy one of these?
I mean,
The health potions?
I
No.
think I have a potion already.
Okay.
I'm set.
In that case, Rhystrata pops herself with that charisma bonus
Please don't.
and just steps forward and goes, "If I hear that you are trying to peddle your shit to anyone else in this town, I will come in and make your face look unrecognizable."
It's just behind me.
Okay, make an intimidation check with advantage.
I would love to.
And a -10.
No! Hang on, let me look at
I was
my... I can never remember exactly. I think it's a +5, but I can never remember exactly what I add to it when I use this.
What's a +5?
trait.
Yeah, with your channel divinity. It's a +5.
Yeah, +5, plus my intimidation, which is already +6.
Wait, hold on. Sarah, don't we get a plus on our saving throws being near you?
Yeah.
You do
We save
now.
against your own spell against us.
All right, with advantage, that is a 29.
29. Wow.
Absurd.
Kind of
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot of scare. All right. You see him sort of shrink back at this. Say, fine. I'll stop selling the cures immediately. Don't come back.
All right.
Do we believe him?
Just to tell you,
He seems pretty scared. What's up?
we may be back. And then Rhystrata goes to walk out.
He just sits there and like glares as you all leave.
Mm-hmm.
The place smells so bad. Why? I was holding my breath for like, oh, we don't have to go back there. That was bad. That was just, I could like chew the air. It was,
It was
It didn't even have
crunchy.
the- it was so crunchy. Can we just go get something to drink? I don't like this feeling.
I would love a drink. However, I feel that we need to have a conversation before anything like that happens. This offer we have been given.
Oh, are you guys doing this right outside his store?
No, we're
you do-
walking, I felt.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
good. I just wanted to make sure I knew what was
Yeah.
happening.
Mm-hmm. Barney, you seem loath to kill. Understandable, your sister is among them. However, we may have to fight if we encounter them while we are heading forward. Are you prepared?
I'm gonna protect myself, and I'm gonna protect the people who I am with. So
Yeah, I mean, we can try a non-lethal approach. We haven't tried that in the past, but we could give that a go for the first time and maybe offer to help them find a way to have a mutual relationship that's not them just stealing people.
From what I understood, the ones at the top are not interested in negotiation.
So do we take them out and hopefully the rest dissipate?
I think that's as good a plan as any.
Cool.
I would still like to see if we can get one of them on their own. 'Cause at least then we would have someone to talk to. One of the werewolves, yes, or lycanthropes, or
Okay, just one of them. Any of them.
One of
Not
them.
necessarily the big ones. Okay.
They have folks that come into the town to recruit. It's a big enough problem that it happens pretty frequently. If we, as I said, like yesterday, 2 days ago, I don't know, if we can get someone to look vulnerable and everybody else waits while they act as bait, if one of the were folks do try to run up on them, then we can jump out, maybe disarm them. Well, probably can't disarm them, they have claws. Or at least
You could still disarm them. We've done that with people, I think.
Without their arms.
at least hold them, restrain them somehow, and then we can ask them questions, see what's actually going on. I thought that might be a good idea, would be a good opportunity to get some information so that we don't have to go running in.
If a curse is considered magical by some means, do you think that rope that we have might negate the effects if we restrain someone in it?
Yona, an excellent idea.
I haven't thought about it, and we haven't really met a werewolf person to test it on, but that could also be something we ask if they want to test something.
I have a final qualifier. The way Brothos and I fight. I do not know if we can guarantee that our hands will be fully stayed.
I don't understand.
We hit hard.
That's just what has to happen. It's fine. I said it's fine.
Okay. I know that there is talk of non-lethal, and I have stayed my hand in the past, but
I mean, I'm sure
if
your
I
sister
see one of you in danger, I will not stay it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can't. I mean, I can't tell you what to do. Do what you want. And I will, as always, protect you all and myself.
Of course.
The only other priority that I have beyond that is my sister.
which we're hoping.
And I mean,
she's
also the
right. That's the best case scenario, right?
I don't know what the best case scenario is.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said any scenario. Let's not overthink that.
Also, the Scarred Assembly, they're also my priority. I'm
Okay.
I'm under no circumstances would I be the person to drop everything and let somebody who I'm with get hurt. If someone goes rushing in with a blade drawn, then they know what they're signing up for. Or claws drawn. I don't fucking know. If somebody goes in with the intent to kill, that's their choice. And I think it's really obvious when they make it. I'm not gonna be, you know, shitting around like, oh no. Don't.
There is also, if your sister is one of the numbers we encounter, she would probably recognize you, so we could simply keep our eyes out for who reacted to your presence.
Yeah. I was thinking if anybody was going to be bait, it might as well be me.
Okay. Then we take the deal, and Rhystrata looks to everyone.
Yep. I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could be of more help other than crushing things.
I mean, crushing things is a very necessary skill to have.
And honestly, kind of what we all do in the end, you know? Just magic versus hit.
Okay.
Yes, then?
I think so.
Okay. Well, bed for tonight, and I am going to get drunk. Because this little one is asleep.
As you say that, you all see 4 little hooves go out of the armor, like a cat. You know how they wake up? You just see them come out of like the neck side and like to your midsection.
Rhoda, I can take him for a walk. Or a fly.
Maybe later.
Do you want to take him for a walk or fly? Rhystrata?
Oh.
If that would make you feel more comfortable.
Yes, I will be back. Well, actually, she'll peek in and be like, "Are you awake, or just drowsy?"
You just look up and think, "Hey, good nap." Where
Had
are
a
we?
good nap?
Where are we?
I sleep.
Where's that? Pops out of the armor.
Oh, no, stay.
No.
Okay, stay on my shoulder.
Push back in.
Nope.
Yeah.
Get in there.
You see a little hedge go boop, right for the top.
Yes, you can stay there.
Ooh.
Perfect. Okay.
There's a lot
You know
of
what?
people out here.
I think it is fine if he stays here. I can still get a drink. It is okay. Terrible parent.
It's like the Hangover with the little baby carrier.
Little papoose.
Back in. Let's go.
Okay, you guys go back into Pat and Tap's bar and grill.
It's got fajitas on the menu.
I love this bar and grill. So, you see the machine in full flow as the night has fully reached Sleeth. There are people drinking feverishly, not a lot of food on the tables, just glasses. You see that his arms have like split, and you see that this thing almost has like two sides at this point in the night. Like its arms, like right at the joint for the elbow, have. Why are you laughing, Sloan? I don't even know what I said.
General Kenobi.
Oh my god.
I didn't even think of that. Oh man. Another for my collection. He's just doing drinks.
I use these to froth the cappuccinos.
Hello there.
I must air drive. No. But essentially, yeah, he's General Grievousing at the elbows, and like you can see them going to each individual keg at this point to serve more people at once. Unfortunately, that is the life I lead now. I've created alcoholic General Grievous.
I'm going to go out back for a little bit and just get some fresh air. I will catch up with you in a little.
Want someone to go with you because of the whole people getting kidnapped? I trust you'll be.
I would like to see them try.
They already did.
They literally tried.
That happened already. It was very bad for me.
Don't worry, I'm not going for just the out behind.
Okay.
Okay. The rest of you currently inside. We'll shift over and do Brothos' first. So, Brothos. Where do you go?
He's gonna go. Is there like a small yard or a lot anywhere around this?
So this is the inn right here. There's like these open areas to either side. There's like a few, not really alleyways, but there's just like open grassy area.
Between houses. He's just gonna walk out into one of those that's more secluded.
Mm-hmm. Sure. This one would probably work the best for you right here. No main entrances or anything, just lay down near those bushes.
Sure, he just like kind of walks over. He takes like the maul and leans it, and his like bad costume, and just sits down in the dirt. Legs crossed.
Mm-hmm.
And he will begin that kind of low, dulcet humming to himself.
Nice.
And he will focus on the task at hand as he does so. It's all raw emotion. It's not specifically directed, but the conversation that he has just had remains poignant and at the top of his mind. And he sits there for an hour, 2 hours, and the humming gets louder and louder. And at some point, he's not sure when, he closed his eyes. And when he opens them, Barney is standing in front of him.
Okay.
He's what?
So
Not you.
So,
Okay.
as you almost enter this trance-like state that you've experienced before in the ever-burning forge when you were working, you get in that sort of rhythmic flow with your song and the anvil, and you've experienced a little bit of magic in that moment. As you begin to hum this time, though, there is something else that happens as you're humming that over bearing of emotion you usually feel all the time, it begins to condense. You almost feel like you have, in a weird way, some control over that overbearing power you feel when you become emotional in that moment, when you rage and your beard lights. In this calm, rhythmic use of that humming, that song that you're bringing to the world. You almost feel like you can channel some of that energy forth. And as your mind wanders through different things, you're sort of worried for your friend Barney. You wonder how they're feeling. And in that moment of wanting to talk to them, there is a momentary release of that energy. As you open your eyes, you've willed Barney in front of you somehow.
Oh, Barney, how did you get here? And he slowly gets up and walks towards the image. And he says, why are you being so quiet? This is really weird. Come on. And he gives him a little shove and his hand goes through the image.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't that move?
Oh no. Barney, you're a ghost!
As you get closer and begin to bat at it, you can almost see like heat waves in the desert. There's almost this sort of mirage-esque quality to this Barney as you get close and begin to pass your arm through it.
Did I do this to you? He focuses and the image steps 3 feet to the right.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes, and he has it do a little dance.
Sloan, you've been dancing the whole time so far.
It dabs.
Yes,
Do his little dance.
The image dabs.
It
Do my little
flosses.
dancey dance.
There's little flaws.
Sloan floss.
Oh, holy shit. Come with me, Barney, too. And he walks off towards the tavern.
Okay, the
Wow.
silent image of Barney follows you.
And what? It's been 2 hours.
It's
been
2
3.
hours.
Yeah.
I would have been trying to
3
send a
days.
message to Brothos maybe hour and a half in, but I don't know if it would go through if he's focusing on stuff.
I think you would have gotten humming back in Brothos. You probably wouldn't have been aware that the message was sent.
He was completely in another place, mind-wise.
Yeah. You get this strange humming and giant back.
Okay, it seems like he's at. I'm just reading back. On the page here. So
Perhaps thinking very hard.
should we give him some time to think then? I know he's been going through a lot, so I don't want to step on his toes if he's trying to do something.
He wanted to be alone. If you are getting a response, it is fine. And then I'm guessing later. I mean, by the time
Oh, yeah.
Brothos comes back, Riss
What
is
were you guys
on
doing
her
for this?
way.
Well, what were you,
it-
let's shift back before
Yeah.
Brothos returns. What were you
Sure.
guys doing for that 3-hour period?
Barney was going to excuse himself and go up to the rooms.
Okay.
You are good by yourself, Barney.
I honestly think I'm better by myself right now.
Okay, well I can check in on you if you need anything. But
Thank you. I'll be upstairs.
Okay. So, Reese and Yona, or anything you guys would like to do?
do you know if Barney's gonna be okay when we fight these things?
No. I do not.
Worried for him.
It is difficult to fight things that you fear. And Barney fears these things in many ways.
Well, I feel like if his sister saw him, she wouldn't attack. But I mean, we don't know if his sister's here. That's kind of up in the air too. But I don't know.
Yes. And then they fear of if the person you loved would attack you. Anyway,
Yeah,
quite a fear.
I wonder if we think his sister might be here, we could maybe try what we did to find. How am I forgetting his name? His name's so silly. How can I not forget
Bimbus?
it?
You forgot Bimbus's
Edwin?
name?
Yeah, my brain. Anyway, I'm
sure
trying to
it's
fit
so
emotions in here, Sean. I can't think of Bimbus at the moment.
This is emotion.
Sure, if you say so. But we could try what we did with finding Bimbus and write a letter and follow it if we
We could.
need an answer.
We could do that. However, Barney has proposed a plan. It is what he is comfortable with doing. It is what we do. He seems to not want us to run into the woods. I think
Okay.
that is wise to respect.
Yeah, I'm fine not running anywhere normally, so I'm in favor for that plan.
I mean, if you would like to enjoy running a little bit more, you can always join Brothos and I in the mornings.
No, that's okay. I don't need to run this thing's running nonstop, so no need to do more than what's necessary. That's fine. We're good.
Gotta slide Yuna another drink.
Chugs-
You see that robot sort of like using two hands to remove one of the kegs, put it on the floor, pick up another one and put it back in, and spin it, walk over to your table. Could I help you with a drink?
Oh, you do speak. My god, yes.
It's weird because it doesn't have a head. It's just like
Uh-huh.
shoulders down. These very thin limbs.
How
These
long have you
barrels.
existed?
I don't know. What would you like to drink? And it spins its chest around.
It's like a revolver.
What does it
for
have?
alcohol.
My god!
There's like ale, wine, like simple single beverage things.
Mm-hmm.
Like ale, wine, mead, and I think rum would be the last
Okay.
one.
Okay, I have... Listen. I am interested in doing something if you're interested in helping me do it. Your name is Taps, correct? Tap?
Yes, my name is Tap. Would you like a drink?
I would love a drink. What I would love to do is, can you spin that? And I will try to stick my hand in and take it.
That sounds risky.
Yes.
Just that spinning its stomach.
And I want to just like
Rhystrata.
put my hand in whatever I get.
As it's whirring and you're like waiting to stick your hand in there,
Mm-hmm.
you hear him say, Pat and Taps is not responsible for any damages you may have. And you hear from the bar, that a boy.
Fuck yeah.
Hesitantly not watching this happen.
Yeah. Rhystrata just tries to dart her hand in there. She doesn't really care what she gets. She just
Okay.
wants the fun
Roll
of
me a
it. She's
D4.
kind of tipsy at this point.
You're good.
2.
2. You get wine.
Lemon water.
Nice. All right. Fair enough. Thank you, Tap. You want something, Yona? Poisons her hand again.
Pours it into your glass.
Sure.
Spin again, Tap.
Roll another D4.
3.
3. That would be mead.
Oh, cool. My favorite. Yum, yum, yum.
It's a very sweet honeyed mead.
Oh, actually,
It's pretty good.
not as bad.
It
as the
for
other-
Less
for your
sarcasm.
preferences, it's probably the best you could have gotten. Actually,
Yeah,
Mhm.
more of this in the future. Everything else has just been bitter. This is when it has like a sweetness to it. I think that's what I like more.
Darin, do you like this kind of thing?
Kind of what? He pokes his head up.
Nope, if you don't know, I'm
Ooh.
not giving it to you.
You're gonna make a boost to a child animal?
It's an
Like a
animal!
nose?
It's a celestial being!
It's like a
What's
drunk
it-
Bambi. What's wrong with that?
Rhystrata, pro parent, 10 out of 10.
Listen, she just took on the mantle. It's
She's
fine.
doing
It's been a
great.
day.
She's
I'm
killing it.
new to
She's
this.
killing
It's been a day.
Everyone's got their own method.
Exactly.
But if you guys are
Mhm.
all set to
And I think
drink,
that's basically what happens, yeah.
we will move up to Barney. Is there anything specific you wanted to do with your...
So we dropped all of our stuff at the...
Yeah, you would have done that before heading off.
Where... Yona, were you keeping those paper birds in your book? Or...
Those were. I think you had those.
Yeah, Barney just like walks up the stairs and like goes into his room, takes out his pipe and just like lights up, he throws the window open and just kind of like sits on the sill. And like dangles a leg out.
Okay.
Looks down, looks up. What's the weather like tonight? Sorry.
The weather's pretty. It's the clouds have moved in, but only a little bit. It's still a pretty clear night for the most part.
He just like sits there, bouncing his leg like a motherfucker. Gets up, walks around the room, sits back down, and he looks at his bag. Oh no.
Sorry if I implanted this plan.
You did not. No,
Okay, cool.
I was planning this from the
That's
beginning.
what that little smile was for.
It's beautiful.
There's fuck. He takes out a piece of paper.
Okay.
And grabs. I'm sure Yona has like extra pens that are just around. He'll.
I mean, yes, but
yeah.
sure, you can borrow one. I'm not there.
He crosses over to like where Yona dropped his stuff in the other room, so he's gonna go in there, shuffle through, pick up a pen, go back, and side of. Were you gonna say something?
The message can be 50 words. So whatever you want to say has to be under a double message spell, essentially. Or
Does
something.
it have to be words?
50 words or fewer. We can, if you're gonna draw
Can it be
something,
visual? Can it just be like a
depends
drawing?
on how big it is. Essentially, it's just taking up the size of the page.
So just like the front page?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not going to be complicated. He's not like a bard or an artist. This is about to be embarrassing.
Well, I didn't know. He could have been Sloan, who's a fantastic artist.
How dare you?
Role play that shit.
He taps out the pipe so it doesn't set anything on fire, and sort of spreads the paper flat in the moonlight coming through the window.
Mm-hmm.
And he just draws on the piece of paper. He draws like what a kindergartner would draw if they were drawing like a honeybee. So it looks like a very like a tumorous potato, but you know it's a honeybee because it's got stripes and a little smiley face.
Mm-hmm.
And a little stinger on the end.
Okay.
With the curly antenna. Very important.
Good.
It actually turns into bees and flies away.
Sorry.
Whoa!
I tried
Maybe
so
wild.
hard not
That'd
to
be
do
crazy.
it, and I couldn't.
And got
sorry.
so
I'm
far.
proud of you.
Jesus.
And just like draws that down, and then underneath it he just writes Sleeth. Which is the name of the town.
One word.
And and he just like picks it up and holds it in his hand. He's like, "Do you fold yourself, or do I have to fold you?"
It just sits there. The page sits there in your hand.
Fold. Fly?
This is that scene from Spider-Man.
It really is.
Go.
Go, Web, go.
Fly, Web. Make an insight check.
Barney gets
Up,
ripped
up,
out the
and
window by
away.
a spider web.
Have I been the only one who used those? I feel like you've
believe
used them
so.
before. Oh.
Reese used one.
That is 14.
14. As you're sitting there trying to get command words, there's no indicator of who this letter is for on the page.
Oh fuck! Hold on. Goes back on the ground
The main part at the top of the form. It's like a
and
form.
just says, "Writes."
And you have to say the individual's name, who it's for, and then it will
Okay,
find them.
I'll write it too.
Okay, that's fine.
And it just YSEULT up above the B, and it says Isolt. Does it go with just Isolt?
Yeah, when you say the name, it turns into a bird and flies off.
Out the window.
Go straight down. That'd be fucking crazy.
Oh my
No, I'm kidding.
gosh.
It flies out the window.
Oh shit. Puts the paper back in the bag, puts the pen back in
Cap it,
Yona's
please.
stuff. Oh, of course he caps it. He puts it exactly where it was before. Same orientation and everything.
It's acid on his fingerprints.
And then wipes it off. Oh god. Goes back. Honestly, probably lights up another pipe and smokes until he passes out underneath the window
Okay.
from exhaustion.
Did Barney look to see where it flew?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Is that allowed?
I mean, yeah, you guys followed it last time.
Yeah, I mean,
If I allow that shit, I can allow you to see where it goes.
like
Straight up.
for sure.
Don't abuse it.
That's another
I'll kill you
14.
guys.
Please don't kill me.
Okay. You see. Actually, let me get a look at the map.
Oh boy,
See.
To the right, to the next room beside you.
that would be fucking wild, wouldn't it? What if it
Yeah.
just goes up onto the roof?
He just lands
Oh
on
my
the front door of the inn.
Hello?
Um.
She's a house.
Okay.
A brick.
Good.
It's a brick house.
She's mighty, mighty.
So, your window would be facing out of this little like house section, this little offshoot. You'd be facing this way, basically.
Mm-hmm.
You see it fly off in this direction.
Northwesterly.
Yes, northwesterly.
Northwesterly.
You lose sight of it because it kind of curves around the edge of the building, but you see it at least take off in that direction.
Does the same thing.
Okay.
Falls asleep on the ground like a fucking loser.
Okay.
God.
Yona and Rhystrata, about maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours after Barney goes upstairs, Brothos walks in with Barney, the front door of the inn.
Did Barney come down while we were here?
How packed and crowded is this, like, table and furniture-wise?
It's easy to move around in because luckily there's a lot of space in the tavern section. All the people are like at tables or like at the bar. The robot's really what you have to avoid. Just swirling around and like getting drinks for everybody.
Did Barney sneak out?
I don't think I saw him walk down here.
Brothos.
Oh, Barney, dance! And Barney starts to dance.
Is Barney okay? What, Brothos, what's going on?
I don't think that is. Do I need to make a roll to like see that this is not?
Yes.
You
Make
would
me
actually.
an
Yeah.
investigation check.
Oh,
I can check the spell.
no.
Hold on.
I believe it's an
Investigation,
investigation.
Honestly, Barney probably
It
looks
is
better than he's
investigation.
looked all day.
Against my DC.
Investigation. Okay.
Barney, yeah, looks pretty
Just
happy.
15.
Yeah, he's just
15?
funny instead of being sad
13.
boy.
Okay. Yona, yeah, you both pass.
Yeah,
Okay.
you both recognize that this Barney's sort of giving off these like mirage heat waves as it
It
dances.
keeps phasing through a chair in front of it.
At one point, the robot just like, pardon me, and just swings an arm straight through it on accident.
Okay, Brothos, why? What's happening?
I made Barney.
That is a good trick, Brothos.
Ah! I like the man on the street who was singing, and you were all talking about how singing makes the magic. So I did a sit, and I hummed for a little bit, and I felt things. Oh, so many things. And then Barney was standing in front of me.
Whoa,
Look at you, Brothos.
awesome.
You're more. See, you said you wished, and now you are more.
When you wish upon a star, and there was a falling star. This is
Oh,
a
that's a
giant
bit
song.
different.
It
Da,
goes,
da, 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 da.
Da-da-da.
oh, not that one. The sorry.
Oh,
You know, the literal star.
Oh, we
Ah,
should
yes, yes,
celebrate,
yes.
Brothos. Come and drink with us.
Okay, come on, Barney. And as he says it, I'm going to wager the 10 minutes is up and it just phases out of existence.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Oh, they go. The magic does not last. You know how when you get very angry, it does not last. The magic does not last.
Oh, okay. This is good to know.
Come.
Kind of
You hear a
sense.
voice in your head saying, "Are you okay?"
What?
Who is this?
Not you, Brothos.
Oh.
Sorry, Rhystrata hears that.
What is, little one?
Are you okay?
I am lovely.
Okay.
Are you okay?
I mean, yeah. Can I come out now?
I go to say yes almost immediately. And then with my last ounce of self regulation, I look to Brothos and Yona and I say, he wants to come out.
Maybe we take the drinks up to the rooms then? Can we do that? Is that allowed? There's not like a sign posted.
Can we take our drinks upstairs?
Can I help you? Would you like a beverage?
Can we drink upstairs?
Of course.
Come on, Darren.
Just goes away.
Hold on. I need to catch up with Rhystrata. So, 5?
What?
Ales,
drinks?
please. 5 drinks.
Five drinks for my friend.
Okay. He comes back. Sorry, I had him walking away, and I was like, "Who's Brothos talking to?" No. He would come back and pour you 5 of whatever of the choices you would like: mead, wine, ale, and rum.
This is good. Ale. Just all the ale, please.
Okay, he just pours you 5 ales.
And he gets he takes one drink and he puts it in the crux here, and then he takes one and puts it here, and he takes the other 2 and his hands are full, and then he goes, and he begins to hum,
He's like holding it to you.
and a little fiery hand manifests and he picks
You
up the last drink.
motherfucker.
Josh, the amount that you're filling me with joy.
A fiery little
A
hand.
little fiery hand goes,
You feel this welling up of anxiety that you don't have enough hands to carry all these
oh
beverages.
no! Ah!
and then that's you see this little flamey hand.
Grabs the mug. Goes, oh, the things I can do with this. Okay, let's go.
Up. We can go to my room. They get upstairs. Rhystrata immediately sets her drink down, lets Taryn out, and just plops onto the floor and starts playing.
Yeah, he just starts jumping around, happy to be out.
Uh-huh.
Like those little happy dog hops in snow.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, and it's like that little play wrestling kind of thing that she's
So
not
lock
trying
the
to
Brothos doesn't have anywhere to put his drinks, so the hand pours it.
Yes, good.
Sorry, Matt, I didn't mean that.
You're good. So what was that, Matt?
Oh, I was just gonna make sure the window's closed.
Yes. Now I
Smart.
believe that Barney's in the other room, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I established that whatever room Yona had put his stuff into, Barney put his stuff into the other room, and we got 2
Gotcha.
rooms.
Probably with
So-
Rhystrata, that's the case.
Okay. So Barney is still sleeping in the other room or smoking in the other room, whatever time allows. And the rest of you are in Rhystrata and Yona's room.
The party room.
The party room.
What is the real Barney?
I think he went to
He
sleep, rest.
came up here, yes.
He's in the other
Is he
room.
Is he in the other room? Is he sleeping?
Check.
Someone go check.
With the
Okay.
passive perception, you hear this through the wall.
Fine.
Oh, he's fine.
Are you sleeping?
Yes.
Good night.
You
Good
hear?
night.
Actually, no, you don't hear anything.
Thanks.
Yeah. And the most that Rhystrata is doing is just tiring out little baby very drunkenly.
Brothos tries to catch up with the drunk.
Good. Good.
I would say with 5 ales in that amount of time, just trying to get it so you don't have to keep holding them with spells, you easily catch up.
Watch, Brothos, try this. And Rhystrata takes off her medal and tosses it up in the air and it's like, Darren, can you catch?
Oh, you're trying to get him to catch?
Yeah.
Make an animal handling check for me.
Okay.
Oh my God.
With disadvantage.
This
Aw.
animal, he's
drunk.
going to fly headfirst into this fucking
No, I think he's just very cute. This is not at all like, oh, you're making me do this. That's adorable.
bonk.
No. Shadow would
You
feel
don't
so
know.
bad.
What are you throwing, by the way?
War metal?
Her
Chest
medal.
plate.
A whole piece of armor.
Medal.
Oh,
Like
the war medal.
Metal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Throws a sword. Catch it.
I'm so upset
Uh-huh.
Oh,
because I just rolled a natural 20.
Mm-hmm.
The other one's an 11.
It's not that bad.
It's not bad. I just am mad. It's always so frustrating getting a natural 20 on a disadvantage.
It hits the ground. Like, he sees you throw it, and then you say, catch it. And then it's like that thing where the animal doesn't know what it's supposed to do.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
lands on the
it's
ground, and it
fast.
just, like, hops over to it, picks it up with its mouth.
Good job, Darren.
I did it?
You did it.
Yay! And hops over,
Yay!
like, dancing back.
oh, this is so good.
All just hyping up Taryn, 100%.
Oh, baby.
Just sitting on the floor, like when you like when you're at like a bunch of like kittens are around, you're just all sprawled out on the floor playing.
Yes!
It also learns that thing where, like, after a few times of catching it, if it keeps it, you guys will play with it longer. So it just keeps it and starts, like, running away from you guys, like, dancing on the walls and shit.
How dare you?
You chose to be sad!
Oh, I'm not. No, I'm not mad about that. How dare you for making something so cute?
I'm very sorry. My head is a Pixar film.
Rhystrata absolutely plays tug of war because it has like the ribbon around it, you know, and
Yes.
Taryn will have it in his mouth, so she'll absolutely like hook a finger around it and like do a little tug of war with it.
He stops, like, he starts losing his, like, footing on the ground, so he begins flying back. And he's actually stronger flying than he is on his feet.
So cute.
Oh, Brothos, feel this. She brings it over.
Ah!
Careful, gentle.
Yoink.
It is mine. You can't have it.
You immediately take it out of this thing's mouth.
I'm
by
kidding. I'm
accident.
kidding. He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't.
No,
he
his
would-
hair, its baby teeth out.
No.
You hear in your head, hey! And he goes after it. And starts chasing it around. Like in a cartoon
Like a
where there's
laser pointer.
Yeah.
there's a squirrel on somebody, you're just like, oh,
Running
shit.
around.
Brothos ends up like flailing on the floor, like covered, like
Oh.
he retrieves it easily from him. Oh, you're very fast.
Baby.
He has
Wait,
the best
did you just
little
talk in
one.
my head?
Me? Says it again.
Rhystrata, did you know that this thing can talk?
Yes, he is so smart.
Oh, he's very smart.
Am I not supposed to do this?
No, you should do it, but only with us, okay?
Okay.
For now.
And then your brothers, you hear, hi.
Hi.
Yona,
Oh my
do you want
god,
to
he's so cute!
I know. Yona, you want to talk to him?
Sure. I think, did I talk to him that
You
morning,
talked
or-
to him in the morning, I think, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
When you were
we've
the
talked
other
before.
week.
I gave him some cookies.
Oh. That's
Do you
right.
have more?
Let me take a look. I go in my bag. I look at my pen for a second. I'm like, nah, it's fine. If there's anything.
Good. It's been put back correctly.
And then I'll be like, these. I only have
Kind
like,
of slightly askew.
Wait a minute.
yeah. No, no, nothing happened. It's fine. No, that's not. It might have been moved when I threw the bag down. That's fine.
He's got a smudge
yeah.
of dirt on it. It's so weird.
Okay.
I distinctly remember it having one
is
bee's
this?
worth of ink more.
One child's drawing worth of a bee.
What is this ash? It looks like dragon thistle in my bag. Barney.
What does it smell like? Weed.
Oh god, he doesn't shed ash.
But you did tap it out. I assume that was in the other
On the
room.
windowsill?
Just straight into Yona's bag.
Right into Yona's bag.
Use those napkins to clean it out.
Oh yeah. He's so fucking high. He's just like, Yona won't mind a handkerchief.
For opening doors. Yeah. I have
Anyway.
there you go.
No.
Garen,
It
you
starts-
ready?
Oh. Let me see.
Just because
Oh,
chat
God,
said
that's
this,
right.
I will retcon the
Ooh.
Brothos rages from cuteness a little bit. Like there's a little bit of flame in the beard.
Aw.
For sure.
That's
I'm
it.
burning a
Those
rage
girls
for this bit.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
With the cookie, he does catch it in the air. He goes straight for that fucking thing.
Erupt into cheers.
Yeah.
You're the smartest.
He doesn't come down until he finishes the cookie. You just see his face like shoving it into his mouth more.
It's a good move, Taryn.
He eventually comes down.
And she just starts taking her armor off on the floor.
Eventually, you all get tired out. Even him, with his puppy-like energy, eventually gets sleepy again.
Come.
Nuzzles up.
Nice.
I will go to the room with the Barney. Bye, guys. Sleep tight.
Good night, Brothos.
Just remember be
Bye.
quiet going in because he's probably sleeping.
He tries to be quiet.
Does he? Roll for that shit.
8.
Yeah. 8?
Oh
Not at all quiet.
Hey.
You're awake.
Yep.
Why didn't you join us?
I was tired. Sounded like fun.
The little horn monster is very cute.
He's so cute. It's upsetting how cute he is. Very cute.
Breath is being super awkward the entire time. I made you today.
What? What?
But squeeze me?
He sits up, leans his back next to the window. In Metal, I've seen you've made that heart. What, did you make like a little...
No.
'Cause I wanna see it.
Give me a second. And he starts to hum again.
This time it probably takes around 30 minutes. But you're very easily able to tap into that power.
Starting to
But I'm
figure
just
it
like
out.
sitting there for 5 minutes, like, is he gonna keep...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Focus.
And as this humming's happening, Barney, you're almost drifting off to sleep, and you begin to see shimmering into view yourself.
What the fuck?
Yes.
You were just talking about not being able to do this.
I figured it out.
Thought about it.
You just did it?
I sat in the ground for a while and thought about
Oh, for fuck's sake.
how I felt.
You-
That's how bards work.
Feelings
You-
are very powerful.
They sure are. They'll get you. Those feelings. That's fucking incredible. That is just, wow. That's wild. Good for you.
I thought maybe this could help if we need to be a debate.
Oh. It could. Is it solid?
No, he puts his hand like through Barney's torso. No.
Which one?
The fake ones.
Hey, you're capable of both. I have to ask.
Or Kayla knows Brothos.
Oh my god, no. But
Yeah.
let's like if we had it walking down the street, maybe in the dark.
Yeah. Yeah, if you make it look like it's super fucked up.
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah. You've seen me there before. You can do it.
Yes.
That is incredible. Congratulations. That's really cool.
This is Rhystrata told me to give you a gift I made. So this is kind of like that.
For what?
Good night. Okay. And he just starts like putting his stuff on the floor and like getting ready for bed.
I don't understand.
The mirage dissipates.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good night.
It's just awkwardly quiet in the room for the rest of the night till you both fall asleep. Or
It's a really nice gift.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Good night.
See you tomorrow.
and you all find peace in the night.
Yay!
Long rests ahead.
Long
Everyone
rest.
What the fuck?
What a day, guys. What a day.
Oh man. And that's what we're ending. No.
Oh my god.
3 hours in.
You monster.
I am a monster, Frisbee. So, you all take a long rest. Can prepare your spell slots or spells the way you want to. Can get all your abilities back, all your hit points that I took away from you back.
You
When I did
meanie.
that.
I think I lost hit points walking into the mold place.
The mulch room.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. Ball
Good, yes.
poisonous gas.
Rhystrata, you are woken up just monstrously early by this small dancing horse.
Mm-hmm.
Once
Good.
upon a December. I'm on fire.
Oh my god.
There's no silver storms here.
Oh no, not yet.
Do you oh god. She's a little hungover. She looks outside. How early does it look like it is?
It's kind
Does
of
it look like
hard
there's
to
people
tell.
out?
Overnight, it looks like some overcast had come in. It's a little grayer out than it was yesterday, but looks kind of early. There's people about.
Oh, okay. Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Well, no outside walk. I am sorry, Taryn. I know.
Okay. Do I have to go back in the middle dish?
What if you went in my bag?
Ooh, what's in the bag?
Want to see?
Yeah, and he just jumps in, starts like moving around through things like it's a purse.
Nice. Good.
Is there anything sharp in your bag?
Oh,
I don't
Like
think
16
so. Hang on.
weapons.
Let me look. I don't think I have any weapons besides my longbow and my javelin. No. Yeah. Nothing sharp.
Okay. Yeah, he'll just sort of make his own space in there, duck his head down. You throw the flap over it, and you just sort of see his like little nose poking out from beneath the flap.
Yes. That way you can
color's
look
the
a
nose,
little more
Josh?
easily too.
fuck me. What color's the nose? I gotta know.
Oh, it's like his entire face is like that yellowy gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, this thing is cute.
I'm in love. I'm in so much love. Yes. That way you can, look around a little more easily.
I can see things here.
Yeah. Just, only your head out, okay? You smell something?
I'm just getting used to it.
Okay. Get.
Yeah.
I will scratch.
Back in. The rest of you also come too. Probably a little later in the day, but at a normal person's hour. Is not awakened by rambunctious animals. What would you guys like to do with your day? Josh, you first.
This is payback.
Eat your food. I'm kidding, buddy.
I deserve this. I do this to everyone
In
else.
the middle of a bite.
I deserve this.
You're good.
Sorry, Slim.
It's okay. No, it's okay. Oh my god, I'm sorry, my brain just blanked.
You're fine.
We're
No one
all
knows.
downstairs. Is Rhystrata just like dipped, or would Rhystrata be downstairs again? Can we all meet for breakfast? That's what I'm
Yeah,
asking.
Rhystrata will join.
Sure.
I don't think she'd leave the tavern. She'd probably go downstairs once Terran all situated and wait. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, no. You trance. I'm wrong.
Oh yeah, so she is fully rested. She's fine.
Yeah, you're fully
Yeah.
rested. He didn't wake you up early. You just
He tried his damn best.
he died. That little bugger. He tried.
It took you 8 hours to get 4 hours of trance.
Wow, elves make fantastic parents, huh? They don't need that much sleep.
Mm-hmm.
But they have elven kids.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Allegedly.
They make great human parents. Oh no.
So we're taking the job.
Yes.
Do we want to try the yoinking?
I prefer yeeting
Yeah.
to yoinking.
Who's yoinking or yeeting anything? What's happening?
I used one of the paper birds last night to try and get a message to Isolt.
Oh, did you see where it went?
He points northwest.
Cool.
Rhystrata just kind of shares a look with Yona. He goes,
Not bad idea.
"Okay, time."
This is really good food.
Brothos, where did you find that?
Brothos doing? He's
It was
just
on the
vibing
table
in
when
the...
he got here.
He's eating.
One of the tables they hadn't cleaned from someone else who had breakfast already and left.
Oh, I'm so
And then-
hungry. Oh.
So I don't know if she'll get... I was trying to be... I was not sober. I was trying to be low-key. So it doesn't have anything that's like, I'm here at this specific location.
That's the snake.
It doesn't have like my name or anything, but whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, so maybe she gets it, maybe she doesn't. I have no idea. I was fucking so high when I sent it.
Cool.
But yeah. So I used one of your pens, Yona, but I put it back.
I knew it. There was something askew in my bag, and yeah, I understand now. I'm not upset or anything. I thought I was being
The
weird about
idea
it.
just seized me, and I...
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, what's mine is yours. But does that mean we still want to go into the woods after we talk with them today?
I think so. Do we want...
Into the woods.
Nice.
Good.
I don't... I know this is annoying. The stuff with, like, trying to get one of them on their own. I thought it was a good idea, but if it's... Maybe, I mean, it might just be me being in my head. Maybe it's not a good idea.
I learned to do magic for this idea. We are doing it.
I will also say, they did not mention going into the woods right away. The job was not to go into the woods. They were first going to follow up on a lead.
So let's see what that lead is. Take it.
Yeah,
from
let's... Yeah. We should... Yeah, you're right. We should just go talk to him. Yep.
Let's go.
They know better than anyone else. Okay.
Just in case you're like getting ready to head directly into the woods. That's
I
not
thought
what
we'd
they
help
them.
had in mind.
Into the woods. And we go to the Scarred Assembly.
Yay!
My Nvidia's acting up, so if I miss anything,
How dare.
I'll
We're
kill
going.
it.
We're going to the place. We're going to
Okay.
the... Yeah.
You go to the Scarred Assembly?
Mm-hmm.
Very good. You get there pretty early. Looks like,
Della!
Be on my team.
Della!
I am begging
Be on
you.
my team, computer, you son of a bitch.
I can't stop.
How you went straight from like one reference to a fucking Tennessee Williams reference? Where
on-
are we?
I'm on fire. Shauna, are you alive?
Okay. I missed that whole reference.
Oh,
I was frozen as hell.
I said Della!
Moving past that. 'cause that makes- the building does appear to be in the same state you found it in when you originally showed up here.
That hasn't exploded overnight. This is
No. I mean, it appears open.
Got it.
As open as a building like this can look. You go inside?
Yeah.
You do see at like this sort of front desk area where you guys spoke the other day. You do see Della sitting there, just sort of going over some books. Looks up, says, "Oh, hey, so, right. So, do you guys have decision?
Yep. We're good. Let's do
We're
it.
ready to go.
Perfect. Well, then, please." And she gestures towards like what would be a dining hall if more people showed up here once in a while. Let's
Word.
talk.
Yeah, I did.
You guys all go in and sit down. She doesn't because she's a horse.
That's one way
I
of saying
dig it. She says, "All right. So here's the plan. We have a fourth member that we usually work with, like I mentioned yesterday. He's an air genasi named Vape. He has recently
broken
gotten involved. I'm fucking rad, is what I am. Dope.
Finish.
Actually, that's his full name is Vape Nash.
His name is Vapor.
No, it's Vape Nash, but it's
That's
spelled
where
out.
we're gonna end our session.
I'm a truly troubled individual, and we'll see you next time. His name is Vape. He recently became part of the Thieves Guild, known as the Royal Family. It is a group that has come to control a lot of this town. Their leader calls himself the True King of Sleeth. Go figure. But through our contacts there with Vape, he may have found some information that we could potentially use. Or they may have information we use. I don't know. He's not very clear.
Okay.
Would I ever heard anything about a crime family called the Royal Family? Or whatever?
Make a history check.
How much do I remember? Nothing. Yeah, pretty accurate. That's an 8.
8. You've heard about some royal families being mentioned when you were on the ship, but you didn't think more of it, or it didn't sound like anything you were dealing with. It just sounds like offhanded mentions. You don't know if it's this group or an actual royal family.
Long-term memory. It's a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
With the help of this vape, we will smoke out our enemy, yes?
Yes.
Gambus.
Oh no.
Let's get on with it.
Everyone's done.
Sorry. I've ended the session on accident.
Oh no.
This royal family doesn't have anything to do with that large house in the front of the town, does it?
Yes and no.
What, do they live in the basement?
Or is it the fortress?
Yes, that's the yes part of it. Technically,
Fucking radical.
that belongs to Cresden. That is the Cresden Manor.
Alright, the fucking Kristen. Yes.
But apparently they operate out of the basement of the building.
Does Cresden know?
I almost assuredly. Kind of sounds like they have something on him. Kind of keeping him under thumb, letting them do whatever they want, sort of thing. So, unfortunate, but we've got one problem at a time.
One problem at a time.
Please, for the love of God. So
I just want to punch a werewolf.
cool. Save that energy for later. We're gonna need it.
Keep that energy, King.
Keep that energy, my dude. So my thought is, you, me, probably Martel. Head over there. I don't think I could get there. Not really built for climbing things. I think my
Wait, would we have to climb something?
well, I don't know. It might be a tight fit. You're going through a basement. I don't do good in basements.
Oh, I see.
I'm a horse. Just gotta keep reminding people of that. Sometimes I just look at the upper half, forget.
I'm just looking at your eyes. They're so blue.
Well, that's very much appreciated. But my eyes are beautiful. I am still a horse.
So, I mean, do you still want to go there with us and just not go down the stairs, or do you want to?
I'll go keep a lookout on the outside and make sure everything's copacetic.
And we just need to know like what our strategy, I guess, would be from Vape with the.
Well, I'll send you in with Martel. He'll be able to point him out, get you in contact with Vape and the other associates.
Do you have any,
Why are you shaking your head? Do you know like his name?
I'm trying to fucking keep it together. I'm trying so hard. Vape is really getting me. Really getting me.
I thought of that today and I was like, oh, that's premium. I had to change his name.
Is Martel like good at?
Yeah, he's sneaky. He knows how to get around. He's a gnome. He's like this big.
Fair enough. Okay.
He can fit into places better than I can. So,
when?
Does that sound good? I was thinking as soon as possible. Are you guys ready?
We just had breakfast.
That sounds dope. So,
let's go.
Right. Let's get going.
Let's go.
Let me see if Martel's up. And she walks off into a back room. You hear some conversation. And a bleary-eyed gnome comes out like, "Hey, good morning to you all. How are you doing? Everything go well? I hear we're on the same page."
We are on, Martel.
Beautiful. All right. So I am your inside man.
Seems like you're on the outside right now.
Hmm?
Of like the building.
Yep.
All right. So I am going in with you.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. Technically, Vape would be our inside man.
He's actually inside the building.
Let's walk in. Are we walking? Right?
Walking and talking.
Yeah.
We're being stealthy. Are we being stealthy? We don't want them to know, or we're just walking in?
I think we're just walking in.
I don't know if sneaking up on them is the best idea, but...
Or would it impress them?
I don't... Thinking. And Della says, no, we're not sneaking up on them. That's a no-go. I can try and get a message to Vape, make sure he sets things up, so that we can actually get in and be on level with them. Because we kind of want their help.
Is there anything we need to do to, like, ingratiate ourselves?
I hope not, honestly. I hope they're just feeling generous today. But, hey, what are you going to do? It's the criminal underbelly. Kind of have their own agenda.
Ready enough?
Okay. Let's go. And you walk almost all the way across town. All the way to this building right here. This strange looking, it looks like a tannery. Like a place where they skin animals, tan hides. Pretty run down, even compared to some of the buildings you've seen around here. But you see as Della sort of looks in and goes, all right, this should be the place. And they walk around the side, They look at the door. All the windows are locked, or all windows and doors are locked. They walk around the side and say, "Are you guys ready?"
As ever.
Yep.
Okay. They back themselves up against the wall and just fucking horse kick the wall. And a few of the plants just go cracking on the inside. Say,
Wow.
get in there, Martel. And he scurries inside. And she walks around to the front door, and then you hear the door opens. Please come right this way.
We're not sneaking? Okay, let's go.
I didn't say anything about breaking and entering. I said we should not sneak.
Okay.
This is my definition. Breaking and then entering.
Wait, this building is the Thieves
This
Guild?
is good.
This will take us to the basement. They have a tunnel
Okay.
underneath that leads to the building.
Gosh, and they know we're coming, right?
I know, but I will make sure that is all smooth.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, let's go. And he leads you into the building, and Della stays outside and, sort of goes around the corner to stay sort of inconspicuous, but just keeps a watch over that building. Inside, this place is, it's like untouched. Like this place is just dusty and old, like no one's been in here for months, maybe a year. But there is this back room that Martel leads you to, where he opens this trap door. It leads down into like a ladder, further into the ground. It's all right. Wanted to go first?
I got it.
You go first?
Yeah, dog.
Okay, you just jump down.
Yep.
All right. And you all jump in, and he jumps in after. All right. He goes in with you guys. Are you guys trying to be stealthy, or are you just walking straight up?
We're just walking.
Okay.
Never
you can
been
make your own
stealthy a
decisions. Don't
day
listen
in my
to me.
life.
No, I wasn't. No, I wasn't trying. I wasn't
No,
trying.
you were no. Don't listen to me. You walk down this like carved tunnel, pretty small. Like, you have to crouch a little bit, and it leads you probably about 30-40 feet till you begin to see like the stonework of a basement section of a building. And you hear a few voices further inside, but there's this dark, sort of poorly lit basement section of a manor. You probably like a wine cellar or something like that.
Nice.
And there are a few voices off to the side. And as Martel sort of leans over, it says, that one right there, that would be Vape. We should get his attention and have him introduce us to everyone.
Barney's up front. Wait, you said that it's like a wine cellar or something? Is it like
yeah, it's
stone?
it's kind of like a renovated wine cellar.
It's
that
like
they've
stone
just sort of-
flooring or something?
Mhm.
Okay. Barney just like summons his quarterstaff, spins it around, and hits it against the wall
Okay.
to try and get their attention.
Every eye shifts over to you. Some of them like go for like weapons on their hilt. And even Vape just like pulls out a knife and looks over and says, "Oh, god damn it, Martel." And he runs over. He's like, "It's cool. Put everything down." Jesus Christ. Whoever that is. What are you doing here? And Martel's like, "These are the people who help us for the plan today. You make big introduction to your big daddy thief, and we walk in." He's like, please don't call him that.
I love this now.
Sounds intriguing.
Shit.
Yes, introduce us to your large father.
Yeah, give me 5 minutes, complete strangers. And he like runs away into another room. You hear a few loud, bombastic bits of conversation, and then he slowly walks back around the corner and says, "All right, the King of Sleeth will meet you now.
Is that how we address him? King of Sleeth?
Please, just make it
Mr.
easier."
King?
King of Sleeth is fine. I'm Vape, by the
King.
way.
Nice to meet you. I'm Barney.
You see this kind of like vapor pouring off where his hair should be. This like light blue skin individual. And as you round the corner, you see this makeshift throne in the center of the room made out of like barrels and crates that have been ripped apart and pieced back together into some sort of big bombastic chair. A few individuals line the room and just look like these strange bandit-looking motherfuckers, like hired muscle. And sitting in the chair, there is a kind of rotund human with this long gray hair coming out of this like three-cornered hat, and he has this grayish skin under these like strange leather adornments and this ruffled shirt, and he sort of leans back in the chair and he sees you approach and sits up a little bit. He says, well, welcome ye all to the Court of Sleeth. How may I be of assistance to you?
Oh, isn't that the question? Hello, thank you, King, for accepting us here.
King Sleeth.
Full titles are appreciated, thank you. So
We are here about the werewolf problem you have.
Right. Sleeth's under a bit of an incursion from those lichen bastards to the north. What do you plan to do about this, exactly?
I guess our plan was to stop them from taking people, but we were told you might have a way to help us or know why they're possibly taking them.
I might. You planning on killing these creatures?
I mean, I guess it would depend on the context of the situation. If they're doing something that's like deadly, then yeah, maybe if they attack us. But if there's something we can maybe make sure that is like amicable, we don't necessarily have to take them out with force. Or
We will find the root of the problem. If it is something that requires killing, we will kill it.
I see. Well, that sounds about as good as I could hope for. How capable are all you?
I looked at Rhystrata. I'm like,
Are you asking for a
How tough's your
demonstration?
metal?
Are you asking for a demonstration?
Not at the moment.
We are plenty strong.
Confidence I like. He looks around to everyone and looks over at Martel. You going as well? The Scarred Assembly? Teaming up with these strangers?
I mean, technically, we're Scarred Assembly too. Sorry.
Very well. Now the important stuff. What's in it for me? And everyone else in the room starts laughing along with him. No, but really though, what's in it for me?
Have your men not been taken?
Not a one that I care about.
Fair enough. What do you value, King of Sleeth?
An interesting question. Money, power, I got them both.
These
I'm
difficult.
interested in
Please?
something new. Something different. Something I don't already have. You got anything like that?
Push. just push Terran into the bag. What do you think, friends?
I mean, do you like an item or something that you want, or is it?
You have something to offer, put it on the table.
I'm more just asking to understand. I don't want to offer something that's not going to necessarily be of value to the situation. I don't think it would help.
It'll do me no offense by offering something I deem
Okay.
worthless.
Out of character, real quick. So we got connected with this guy because we went to the Scarred Assembly and they said that he had information.
As to
Because
why they were
Vape, who's the fourth person from the Scarred Assembly, is connected with him.
Yep.
And he has information.
He said he possibly has information you guys could use.
Possibly has information we could use.
Do you like strange and exotic weapons?
That I do.
Oh, my friend, do I have something for you? And he pulls the blowgun out.
Oh.
Okay. He whistles to one of his guys who goes over and like takes it out of your hand if you let him,
Yes,
and
please.
brings it over to him.
Inspect the wares. They are very good.
He pulls off his hat and lays it on the arm of the chair next to him, and you see exposed brain
Ah!
with these sort of
Excuse-
like bugs crawling out of it.
No.
And he picks it up and he says, "Ha ha! What is this, a straw?"
Blow into it. At me. Point it at me.
He shoots you for a damage.
Oh,
Get this away from me! He just gives it back to the guy who walks it back over to you.
we'll find some.
That's a fascinating little toy there.
Motherfucker.
But no, I'm interested in something more. If I'm to help you, I should be helped in return, don't you think?
Perhaps I am speaking out of turn.
Perhaps you are, but go ahead anyway.
Is that something that you could require relief from?
This,
She
and
points
he
to his head.
pulls it out.
No.
It's fine where it is, thank you. And he puts it back.
What the fuck is this guy?
Wow, I am... What about this?
Hmm?
Rhystrata reaches in her bag and pulls out the bomb that she has carried with her from the second fucking episode of this show.
The acid vial?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh boy. Yep. I'll do it.
He'll do the same thing if you allow it. Have the guy come over and like, give it to him. And he will look at it for a second and say, "Exactly is this? Some sort of caustic liquid?"
Well, yes. The last time we encountered it, it was thrown down and caused an explosion. No, that is not wise. Fairly large explosion.
It does acid damage, right?
Yeah.
From what I recall? Okay.
He'll give it to the guy, and the guy just sort of stands there with it, and he says, "An interesting offer, but not a good enough one by itself."
I have a bottomless mimosa glass.
You should keep that.
This bitch, we're just like rooting in our pocket.
Yeah, for like the garbage and that you guys have
I
collected over the years.
I
He will-
might.
drift globe. In case
Very
is
shiny.
it dark in here?
Snow, what were you gonna say? Sorry.
Oh,
No, you're good. You can offer that up, but
it's a drift globe.
He's like looking through his bag and it's like, oh fuck, oh shit. And pulls out a little vial that's just like solid black except for the cork on top. And it's like, this shit will presumably melt whoever drinks it from the inside out, kind of. So, I don't know. Could be helpful.
he holds up a hand, and the guy brings you back your acid vial. He sees the drift globe, he sees the black vial, and he says, "All right. Seems like you're reaching the bottom of the barrel for your things you're willing to
Embarrassing.
buy."
Ouch.
That's so
Ouch.
embarrassing, man.
Well, I just didn't want to
My-
offer something really
My
good,
life's
you
work. I
know?
worked
I
so hard to get this
don't...
drift globe.
Anyway.
Now, if you don't have goods to sell, there's always your service.
How did I know?
You mean beyond ridding this town of the problem that is
Right.
causing issues? You mean besides
Problems
that?
are good for business. What can I say? We function best when people are scared to come asking questions. I'm doing myself a disservice getting rid of those creatures. So, if I'm doing
What
myself a
service
disservice,
would you request?
I could use yours. That is to be determined at a later date, my love. And as he drinks, you see like these little holes in his shirt get stained with this wine.
Mm-hmm.
So, what say? How important is getting rid of these werewolf creatures?
How do they help you?
Just clarifying, this is for information, right?
Yes.
They're not helping us. They're just telling us something.
They're telling you the information they have, supposedly. That's all you have to go on right now.
How about the bet instead?
You see a few of the guys go, oh, shit. And he goes, I see one of you came to play. So, what be this bet?
We fight. If I win, you give us the information. If you win, we owe you.
Make a persuasion check with disadvantage.
I just feel like the answer could always be fighting, you know?
That's fair.
I feel like it could.
Like, we could just walk away with
that
it.
is a 14.
A 14.
Mm-hmm.
He looks you up and down. He says, formidable you may be, but I'm afraid the fight won't end. You saw the brain thing, right?
I did
Is
see
that-
that.
What causes that, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, I'm cursed as hell, my lad.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
You
They-
best
Cursed.
believe in ghost stories, Miss Turner.
is that something that if you're cured from a curse, would
I think he would die.
you? Oh, okay.
What makes you think I'm searching for a cure?
That's a good point. Oh, it's a dumb idea. I'm not. Okay. I don't know. Do we need?
Rhystrata clearly feels, I mean, like, I don't feel like it would be too difficult for you, her party, to realize that Rhystrata clearly feels uncomfortable with being in any kind of debt to a group like this.
Yeah, I don't like this either. I guess it wasn't meant to be then. We'll never know the helpful information you guys had.
Suit yourself.
Consider us suited. Let's go, guys. No one's leaving. Okay.
What about
Go.
what about? He's just talking to his party. He just turns around and is like, "What about individual debts?"
No. I'd rather us not.
I mean,
What they will ask you to do, you cannot know. You don't want that favor to weigh on your conscience.
Martel looks up and says, it's a bit of a raw deal. Completely on their side.
We don't even know if this information is good.
I think
We
we
don't.
may be better off with what we know, which is nothing, which is better than being in debt and possibly knowing something.
It is up to you, of course. This is your decision, but
we have nothing to offer. We won't go in together. Let's just go.
He really looked like he wouldn't fight, right?
he... Make an insight check, Josh.
He's
Guys,
looking for the
do-
sweet release of
That
death.
is a 23.
23? You get the sense that he pegged Rhystrata for a paladin and sees a losing fight when he knows one. Or knows a losing fight when he sees one.
Does he-
Brothos will... Oh, no, go ahead.
It's a dumb thing. Because the repercussions, I don't know if would work or not. I'm gonna just I'm gonna write in a book really quick to Rhystrata. Just like I'm writing down like a plan or something. I don't know. If I remove his curse, would he just die? Would that help us? He's already dead, so it's not necessarily like a bad thing.
The entire guild of bandits may descend on us.
True. That's the part I don't know about the recourse doing that.
Something for.
Better not.
How did you
Something
figure
to-
out that this was a... Did you, like, fall down the stairs one day and didn't think you'd get back up, but then you did?
As I drifted to the bottom of the sea, I was swallowed up by hell. It spat me back out. Now heaven won't take me neither. You're welcome to try and find a place for me, but I've yet to find one myself.
You seem pretty comfortable here.
Brothos' hand is floating over the black dueling glove. And he glances at the party,
Ah! Why do we do this?
and he pulls it out and throws it at the guy's feet.
This is huge fucking glove.
There's a deafening clatter of metal as it hits the ground.
That's what we have to offer. A
and
glove.
He stares down at it for a second. So then, you're challenging me to a duel.
I think so.
What kind of man would I be if I turned down a duel?
So
Right
glad I
then.
dropped Brothos out of duel.
And he like slowly stands up, and you hear like the snapping of like bones and muscle as he stands to his like full height, which is around 6 feet. Most of it's probably like the deteriorated plume on his hat. So, what be the stakes to our little rendezvous? And that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Oh, fuck!
I want Brothos to fight. I have a new cool spell. Oh my god.
I can just remove his curse. And
2 in a
then
row, baby!
I hate this. I hate the cliffhanger.
Oh, it's so good.
But man, I've never been happier about something I've taught Brothos. I've never been happier.
That was fucking flawless storyline. It just came up naturally.
It just
I
happened.
love
So
it.
fucking good.
Oh,
Oh my lord. Holy shit.
Bless.
I'm so happy.
My heart's beating.
I did not.
More than it
well-
usually does.
Oh, wait a minute.
Words.
So,
All right then.
this is the end of our session, but before we go, we have a few things today to do. One of them is that giveaway. That Elderwood
Fuck yes.
giveaway.
Oh my god. Sean.
Josh, do you want to run that now?
Yeah, I can press the button. Okay. Are we doing a drum roll?
On our.
I'm not going to play my...
Okay.
Oh, that's cute.
Hang on.
Oh yeah,
Get it.
the Elderwood.
Yeah,
So I'm
shake
drawing it
your-
out. Here, everybody. It is time. Here we go. And boom!
Elder roll.
It's not that. The Twee Barkeeper just won.
Fuck.
We're gonna. It's okay. We can say
always
no to
wins.
that, and we'll redraw. Our
Who
butt
entered
just.
the Twee Barkeeper?
I think you did.
I
Josh.
did when I activated the command. The hashtag GUI is in the. Fuck!
Turns out our bot gets that good giveaway.
Absolutely not. We're gonna draw
fuck did that even
again.
happen?
It is Anthemus Egan. Anthem is Egan. Anthem is Egan is the
Anthem is
winner. I
Egan.
read really good. Anthem! Congratulations.
Congratulations. For winning
Congrats.
that Hex chest.
Hex chest.
That is
Textures.
an amazing way. That's
Yeah.
real. They're so cool. And guys, click on that link in chat as well to the Elderwood Academy giveaway. That page is our specific link. If you want to purchase some products from them, going to that link lets them know that we sent you there. It's really important. We'd love if you guys would do that. Just full transparency. But either way, thank you to Elderwood for this amazing giveaway. We love you for it so dang much. And be here for tomorrow for another one. And Anthem is Egan. We will be reaching out to you in chat in just a few minutes, so stay with us on Twitch if you can, and we'll grab a little information from you and get that sent in so that you can claim.
Yeah. Send us a message so we can get to you easier if we can.
That would be much
Throw us a quick
appreciated.
one. And next up is our announcements.
Yes, this cool giveaway and all of these wonderful things we could do, of course, could not happen without our amazing partners. Soundtail being one of them. God, Soundtail is fantastic. All of that ambiance that is brought along with these fantastic actors and performers and DMs is created by Soundtail, and you can get yourself a copy of that app over in their store. You get it on your cell phone, you get it on your computer, you can do all kinds of cool stuff with it. So please go over there, purchase yourself a copy if you haven't yet, because it is well worth it, my friends. Yes, Soundtail creates bees when they are needed. Yes. Of course, and then also a huge shout out to Rilaris Maps, who creates a bunch of cool maps for our program. Check him out. Nice. You can commission a map from him. And then Arcane Anthems. Weston creates a bunch of free D&D music, and also our amazing intro songs, which are available on Patreon. All that free D&D music. Go over there, take a look, find something you like. You can download it.
That sounded wrong. Our theme songs.
Yes, our theme songs are ours. Sorry, I worded that in circles.
I'm
all a buzz. My brain is not great. And of course, we are affiliates with Found Familiar Coffee. If you go to their webpage and enter and welcome in as the coupon code, you can get 10% off on some really cool coffee flavors, including Initiative. I think I've covered everything there, which means, Sean, the most important announcement for last is yours.
Hey guys, listen, can we all just give a big round of applause to our mods, who are the best mods on Twitch? They keep our community nice and safe from all these assholes on the internet who try and come in and say rude shit. They keep up with all of our announcements every stream. They keep the chat hyped, conversation flowing. They're just all around great people, and we love you. So thank you for being here, mods. We appreciate every one of you.
That's right. Yeah. I think that's it. Is that everything, Sean? Are we ready to head out?
That's everything. Friend? Look out for tomorrow when we give away that Kickstarter box with the keychain attached. And that starts on 25th. So be on the lookout for that as well. Oh, I'm so excited for next week.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
When will that